Points in my time, I ain't gonna lie.
So Mitch is going to tell us about this time he barebacked his best friend.
Oh,
Welcome.
Did you meet them?
Ain't no context, Tim.
Yeah, welcome to the show, everybody. This is the official best uncensored drink along stream. I think like that's what our stream should be called from now on. It's no longer a watch along. We do drink alongs here, or smoke alongs, or whatever the fuck.
We're gonna crack open a fresh bottle of this.
Yeah.
I have my shot glass ready.
Oh, this is your. What is the name of that? No, what is the name of that drink?
It's either Milai or Melee.
Milai, that's what she always says.
Yeah, I think it's Milai. Yeah.
You wanted it to be Malay.
I wanted it to be Malay. It's only one. They just switch around the letters a little
Well, if Dan Berman somehow finds a way to listen to this, please make Malay wine.
Oh,
or something.
Let me see. Does anybody, Rob, you're at your computer. Do you have the ability to share a screen on your side?
bit. Yeah, probably. Let me see.
I was going to see, because if I put a share screen, it's going to overwrite the one I already have. I wanted to see if you could pull up that drinking game that Joey posted earlier.
Where do you post it in the Discord general?
Just go to go join our Discord. There you go.
Yeah, in the
go join our Discord and make suggestions and all that fun stuff. But yeah, he's got it in show suggestions in there. But go ahead and grab that one.
Show suggestion. All right.
And see if you can share screen.
The white one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Why it gotta be the white one though?
It is though. And while we're doing that, hey Josh, what are you drinking?
What am I not drinking? I have, for the light times, Budweiser. For the heavy times, we went out and got ourselves a new fresh bottle of Captain Morgan Private Stock here. Wow. And then for the sad times, we got a little bit of this purple Earl
sad times.
Hey, Rob, right click.
Shared it.
Right click it and hit copy link and then open that in your browser.
By the way, while I'm here, Rob, how'd you gotta go hitting me in the feels with that, trip down memory lane in the Discord earlier?
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I know. We were saying the same thing. We were like, where did it all go?
Yeah, Rob was sharing some pictures from previous conventions, previous solutionary summits, gun range stuff, all kinds of cool throwbacks. Maybe he'll put them in the Discord where everybody else can see them at some point.
Yeah, I will definitely post them in the LPF Discord and the Mises Discord and be like, what happened? We were so strong. We were so unified.
While looking at all those images, I was hearing "Complicated" by Avril Lavigne playing in my head. And my God, what happened to us, man?
All right, Rob, you ready for step 2?
Every time I get ready to pour vodka in my cup, you tell me to do something.
Listen, I'm trying, man, but I want to look here. I'll bring it so everybody can see what we see. All right, so put your mouse over it and then control and scroll. Zoom in on that.
Scroll. Zoom it in, Rob.
There you go.
Keep going.
Yeah. Keep going. Make it as big as possible. There you go.
There
we can scroll down. There you go.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. When Biden, you have to drink. When Biden calls Trump a convicted felon, says, "Listen, folks," tells a childhood story that probably isn't true. So Corn Pop, you're in the chat. You're going to be our resident Biden guy. You're going to tell us what's going on there.
There you go.
We're protecting or saving democracy. Makes a joke about his age. Starts a sentence but ends with a completely different thought. That's got to happen. And I saw this earlier.
That feels dangerous.
Yeah. This all is dangerous.
We're going to be doing a lot of drinking.
Now, when Trump says, people or everyone is saying you gotta drink. Everyone said Sleepy Joe. If he says Sleepy Joe, drink. The Biden crime family, he's definitely gonna say that. Believe me, he's gonna say that. Insults Jake Tapper. Insults Jake Tapper. That's gonna be one. Jake Tapper mutes him. That's probably gonna be another.
100%.
Jazz hands or other.
That's gonna be dangerous.
Excessive hand motion from Trump. Yeah,
Oh, it's definitely happening.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, dude.
But how do you
finger up.
engage in excessive hand motion? I
Yeah,
mean, he
keep
does
in
that
mind,
all the time.
Pointer finger up does not count on that. Now, drink when either freezes for 3 seconds. So if Biden freezes for 3, we're gonna be like 1, 2, and it's not the,
It's gonna be
the WWE.
Wait.
Don't guess referee it and go 1, 2, 3.
1
That's 3
Mississippi,
seconds.
2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi.
Yeah, that's good. This is the most important election. Probably gonna be said at the top. Jake Tapper will probably say it. Accuses of either of anti-Semitism.
Okay.
So
You hate the Jews.
Yeah. Finish their water. Drinks their water. Sorry, I saw finish the bottle. Drinks their water. That's gonna. So we drink when they drink, basically. And finish the bottle. If either of them die, the probability is not low on this one. Or they agree on something.
That's scary.
That is scary because they could probably agree on a lot. You know.
Yeah, there's quite a bit that I feel like they could probably hit it off in regards to.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got some bonus ones that I want to add that we can't really add to that screen.
Fucking Joe.
But here we go. Oh, what do you say? I missed him.
I'm
Joe
just here
Hanushi.
that Joe SwampCast gets canceled.
Hey, listen. I'm glad you mentioned that.
That's good.
Yeah, because even
on Rumble, Joe.
Even if they do, we are also simulcasting right now on Rumble and on X. Your chats can all still be shared through here. So wherever you want to be, we're probably there. We're also on Twitch. We'll be there as well. That's why it's important. I keep saying this, that you guys join the Discord because that's where all the links are. I'll leave it up on screen for a little bit here while I go through some extra stuff in addition to what Rob just read out. So some other drinking game stuff. If Joe Biden says, come on.
Okay.
He says, come on.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Come on, man.
If Biden repeats himself. He said,
you know, I mean,
the thing.
He always says he's always like, this is super serious. It's super serious. Like something like that.
Serious.
If Trump mentions Joe Biden pooping in any context.
Drink. If Joe Biden poops himself, finish your drink.
If Trump mentions building the wall, we got to drink. That's going to happen during the immigration stuff, so get ready. If Biden mentions Obama, in an effort to appeal to the black vote, I'm going to add that one as well. And then the last one I have here is if either candidate mentions what they're going to do on day one.
Drink. That's just a drink.
Yeah. All these are just drinks.
I was going to say.
All these are drinks. I think the pooping one is going to be a shot. If Trump mentions Joe Biden shitting himself at any point, I think that's a shot.
That's totally a shot. Yeah.
Yeah, let me get my shot glass, speaking of which. I'm going to need that.
All right, then we'll do the rounds here. Let me pull this banner off here. I need to create new banners for our Rumble stuff. Basically, anywhere that you want to follow us, the X is going to be probably the easiest one for everybody, at Real SwampCast. But all of the channels, the Twitch, the Rumble, the X, everything is all on at Real SwampCast. So real easy to find us. Let me see. Day 2. Don't forget abortion. I don't think we have any rules for abortion. It's definitely going to come up, though.
Something about Roe v. Wade. Yeah.
Yeah. Something about Roe v. Wade. I don't know. I want funny
Court
stuff.
The court.
Yeah.
Well, I will. Let me pull Rob's down here. Let me switch this. So the debate is going on in the background there, or will be going on in the background there. Let me move it here like this. Yeah, so whenever it starts, we'll be ready to go. They got 15 minutes until launch time. Chances of us getting pulled down? Probably not. I don't know if you guys watched, Tim Pool did an interview with Steven Crowder where they were talking about all this stuff. And I guess when they were telling Tim Pool not to stream it and they were threatening to take him down, he pointed out to them, that people do stuff before and after and all this kind of stuff. And if they take them down while they're live, that I guess there's some kind of legal repercussion with that. So they might have to wait until the stream is over to actually pull people. They might not pull you live. So there's a chance there's a chance that that we'll make it through the whole thing on YouTube. But
So we finish this
doubtful.
and we download it immediately so that we
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how we got to play this game.
Well, like I said, Elon Musk has already said that he's not going to pull it off X. And then
Based.
yeah, and then I think Rumble's kind of in the same camp because they got a bunch of people streaming there.
Yeah, just for your own viewing pleasure, go over Rumble or X already because they won't pull it down at all. There's no chance.
Yeah. And worst case scenario, there's always BitChute, the bottom of the barrel of the internet.
Yeah. I forgot I had this in the playlist. Well, while
Sing
we're
along, everyone, if you know the words.
Right.
Tim, I think you got a
Inspired on
copyright. I think we got a copyright strike from that. I got an email.
Not for this. Not
What
for
happened?
This song. No, the copyright was for something during that. What was that movie? Independence Day. The clip that we played from that.
Oh, that's
And the copyright wasn't even the video itself. Here, let me turn this down a little bit. I can't hear. Yeah, but it wasn't even the video itself. There's a background music that plays during the movie, and so they cut like 3 or 4 seconds, and they said that was copyright infringement. I disputed it. I said it's an insignificant part of this video. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
I'm going to give you my copyright template for whenever they do that because I have one saved.
Okay, yeah, send it to me because I just ignored it. I'm getting some chats in here. What are y'all saying?
Trying to spit on that thing,
Tim,
dude.
check your text. Impossible. Mission impossible.
Right.
I have my work phone on me, and that's
He's
it.
trying to be engaged. He's trying to be engaged here.
Spectrum, you're fucked right now.
You know to go to the Discord, Joey.
What do you mean I'm going full Jimmy Bobby? Let me see what else.
Oh, Jimmy Bobby.
Biden might offer to free Assange. Yo, that could actually happen.
I'll free Julian Assange.
do you
Or
guys,
he might try to mislead the public and say that he pardoned Assange when Assange took a plea deal. That
Right.
could be one thing. I did that. Oh, you took the plea deal?
Yeah.
You dumb. I was gonna say dumb bitch, but I don't want to.
Stupid.
I don't want to start.
bitch.
I want to start off. I'm gonna start off neutral. Let's start off neutral. Everyone just wipe slates clean. Everyone just wipe slates
Yeah,
clean.
fence sitter.
Oh,
Fucking fence sitter.
I guess we didn't do the whole thing. Josh, what are you drinking?
We did this already.
Yeah, we did it. Yeah, we did it.
Well, okay, so you're drinking what? Budweiser, right? And then you got Knob Creek for shots, or are you
No,
drinking
he's got
I
some
got-
Captain Morgan Reserve
Oh,
for
okay.
the good times, and then for the sad times, he's got some Purpley Urpley.
I didn't hear that. I missed
I
it.
got
man.
good
Rob,
times, I got bad times, I got sad times.
okay, but I remember starting with Josh, but we didn't go around.
We
So
went
what-
around.
We
I
got
did the
Rob with
melee,
Oh yeah,
and Mitch doesn't drink.
Mitch
yeah,
is a
but
hoe.
so we have to tell everybody what he's doing instead.
Mitch,
Yeah. All right.
you
Anyway,
fucking clown.
I'm just
Fucking
like,
walk away.
if we have to do a shot, I don't even remember what we have to do a shot for. But whenever we do, I'll just drink it right out of the bottle. But I still got the bubbas.
It's
That's
in
what
there.
we're doing.
It's in there.
It doesn't say shot. It just says drink, drink, drink.
I think you texted.
Yeah, this
I'm
music
gonna check it real
bumping.
quick. Yeah. So
I'm voting Biden to free Ross. What's the strategy now? Well, you have a better chance of Ross being freed under Biden, I guess, since he let Assange out. Timmy Pitboy? Oh yeah, this is a reminder to everybody to like the stream. That's why I wear this shirt.
that's a good. I mean, is it
a?
I was gonna ask this on Tuesday night. Is it a coincidence that Fallout came out and we're like on the brink of World War III? Are they just trying
Fallout's
to tell
been
us?
out forever.
No,
it's been out
yeah.
for a
But
long
the
time.
show, the show
whoa,
though,
whoa.
the show got huge.
What?
Hold up.
What?
Mitch, what you got in that bottle right there?
Oh, okay.
I got me a good Coca-Cola, the superior soda,
Solo.
the autocratic soda.
Is it
There,
the classic
Tim is your
recipe?
Dr. Pepper, man. If you want to argue Dr. Pepper, you go to Tim.
I don't want to argue anything. I just want to know if it's the classic recipe.
It is. It's
Is
the
it
good
Mexican?
stuff. It is the Mexican Coke.
No, I mean the classic recipe.
Oh.
The classic recipe. No.
So what are you gonna? So Mitch, what are you doing instead of drinking or whatever? Whenever we
I
have
am
to do
hitting the
this?
vape here with you guys.
There we go. Okay, good deal.
So
SwampCast gets to
Thank you.
500 before they get banned by CNN. I think that's
Hell
a good
yeah.
goal, Joe.
Pump
That
them
is
up.
the goal.
Pump them up.
Yeah.
hell yeah,
Pump 'em
That's
up.
where we want to be.
Need 500. Share it to all your libertarian and conservative and political friends. Because
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody. We
Everybody.
welcome discourse. If you
Tell
want to
gotta
watch
go
it,
all in for the SwampCast.
That's
Of
right.
course.
All
in
in.
for the
All in.
SwampCast.
here we go. Get Lars in here. We need Lars. We need Lars back.
Oh, God.
You know, I got a
Yeah,
Lars
I'll bet
story from
Okay.
DC, so I
Oh,
might as well
God.
tell it before we get started.
Mhm.
And this is one of those, like, he was such, like, in the moment then that I didn't ask him to come up to our thing. This was right after the hotel had told him to, like, they had to remove his thing from the floor.
This sounds so sexual.
You know.
And I know it's not.
No, this was, like, the sticker thing that
Oh, yeah, okay.
purchased
Yeah.
from hotels. I guess Lars had made a deal with the hotel to put one of his things down there. I'm sure Josh has something here relating to that. But basically, before Trump had spoken, I guess he got something from the hotel saying that they had to remove that. And he tried to, reason with them, like, hey, I signed a contract. What the heck? And, like, I saw Lars right after that when I was talking with Heiss, the one girl who worked with the Free Ross people, and a few others, and he came up and told us about that. So, like, yeah, it was like one of those things that happened in real time that I heard about.
But like, and that's my thing. He probably did sign a contract because that probably cost a good bit of money to put that down there for the convention.
Well,
and then Trump's maybe Secret Service, I don't know, but like someone said take that up. Was it his campaign?
it was probably his campaign people, but as Lars put it when we were talking with him, this hotel hosts Donald Trump and other speakers like that regularly. They probably want to keep on good terms with people like him.
But yeah, because it is right in
Yeah,
DC.
well, Lars also did admit he probably could take them to court and sue them, but to invest that much into it would be,
Waste of time.
yeah.
Kind of like
Lars-
his campaign.
Lars Mars. I call him Lars from Mars because he's out of touch with everything.
It's Lars.
To be honest, looking back, hindsight 2020, probably would have been the best candidate to win. We should have went all in for Lars.
When
be
the
honest.
nukes are going off, just remember we could have had Lars.
Oh man.
Hen low, Dickie. Hen low.
We could have had the ponytail of power.
Instead, yeah.
Rob, send location. I'm coming.
Oh yeah. You can do it right from your house, Dickie. Make us actually. I'll come over. You make a nice T-bone steak for us. I saw that one you made last time.
You
That was
gotta
nice.
butter Rob up before you take him to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think Lars would have been the best choice though. Let's get back to this because, I mean, right. I talked to him right after he got eliminated. Maybe a little, not right after, but when he sat down and he was taking some deep breaths, and I was like, I think you ran a great campaign. I think you would have been a good candidate. He was like, yeah, blah blah blah. He was like, yeah, thank you very much. And he was like, well, I don't have to spend $1 million now, so that's good. So he would have at least put like $1 million into the campaign. Which would have
Ponytail
been
candidate caucus. You guys are the problem. I'm just
You guys are the problem. We got a ponytail problem here.
Tim,
What?
we need
Wait.
you to bring it back.
I'm not bringing back the ponytail. I will never do
Nah,
it again.
bring it
No.
back.
No, that shit used to be like down past my rib cage. I'm not doing that anymore.
Bring
It's
I mean, I had a
Yeah.
man bun. I had a man bun, and I guess that's a man bun's like a little different than a ponytail, though.
Yeah, it's
Ponytail's
gayer.
like,
Rob
is a
needs to
man
bring
bun
back the
gayer
man
than a
bun.
ponytail?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
Bitches love the man bun, though. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
We can't do anything else with it. It's just way too much. Way
I
too
just-
much to deal with.
the problem with the man bun is I'm always gonna think of Eminem just eviscerating Machine Gun Kelly.
Mm.
I'm doing a poll on YouTube.
On man bun versus ponytail.
Yeah, what's
Gayness.
gayer?
Yeah. You might be right. I mean, dudes like the man bun more than women do. Like I went to Denver. It was mostly guys. That's why they call it Menver. And they were like no girl was even looking at me, but all the guys were like, "Hey, bro, nice hair, bro." I'm like, "Okay, you're not doing me any good, dude."
I mean, it's nice to be invited to the party if you know you're not going, Rob.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that's fine.
Like, gay men are picky. Like, you get your pick of the women now.
Because I cut my man bun off, but golly.
Yeah, not anymore now.
No.
Yeah.
So have you guys been following Joe Biden's training camp at all?
Lockdown.
Talked a little bit about it.
Yeah,
I heard he's coming in overweight.
He's coming in overweight.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had him at like Camp David doing all of his debate prep or whatever. Some of the training included standing for 90 minutes straight. He has to train how to do that. What the fuck, dude?
Gotta practice so he doesn't die out there.
What's he been doing this whole time? Like, he's just been sleeping and eating ice cream as president the whole time? Oh, wait, yeah, that's exactly what he's been doing.
Yeah, dude. He hasn't been running the country anyway, so
No.
it's not really any different.
This just sounds like a brutal sort of training camp for like MMA or something like that.
So wait,
Right.
we're coming up on time. What happens if one of our predictions that we did on Tuesday?
I have
comes
them
true?
here, yeah.
Yeah, so we need
You
to
want me to run
clarify
through
that.
them?
Yeah, run through them real quick.
All right, so Josh's predictions. Remember, each person had like an easy prediction and then like a stretch prediction. So Josh's easy one were at least 2 new nicknames are going to come out of this. And then his stretch goal was that Biden shits himself.
He
so we'll
poops
see.
his pants.
Mitch's easy prediction was Donald Trump meme or DJT memes. Donald J. John Jr. I don't know memes.
Yeah,
from
new
the-
Donald Trump memes.
Yeah,
That's gonna happen. That's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an easy
Definitely.
prediction, as we said.
That's after
Yeah.
the fact. Yeah.
Yeah, and then his stretch prediction was that Joe Biden will have a "Where am I" moment, basically get lost on stage, not know where he is, that kind of
And-
stuff.
And to stretch that even further,
Oh no!
I will drink
Oh,
the
no.
entire bottle of Kentucky bourbon if he, during that aforementioned "Where am I" moment, he says, "I need to go shower. Where's Ashley?"
You're so fucked.
That's messed up.
I'm just saying.
Rob's basic prediction was that Joe Biden goes dark Brandon, so gets real angry, starts yelling.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of
Like-
pissed off.
Supreme Court style Biden, or not
Yeah.
Supreme State of the Union style Biden.
Yeah.
Dark.
And then your stretch prediction was that the debate hurts Trump somehow. Uh-oh. Something's happening.
It's
Yeah.
happening.
And then my I'll try to get mine before it comes live. If I can find this fucking pause button.
Oh, look at that chat being disabled. Like a.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah. I was going in there because I was gonna go try to poach, but yeah, they turned off all the comments. They did
32
32 minutes.
Minute.
Well, in
Bro,
Tim,
what?
do we have
They're
anything
supposed to
else?
start at 9.
Yes.
Is it?
Oh,
this-
yes. It's
Oh yeah, it
7
is 8:30.
It's
7:30.
8:30. You fucking
Okay,
idiots.
Okay.
7:30 God's time.
Here, we'll do. Here, let's put this here. Let's do it like this then. I'll put the music back on. I was getting excited. I thought we were gonna jump right into the debate.
Nope. Fuck
Alrighty
you.
Uh,
then. I guess. Do we have any other last
Yeah,
minute
we're good.
predictions? Like-
Yeah, my basic predictions were that Biden performs adequately because everybody sets the bar way too fucking low. So he's gonna at least be able to debate. But my stretch prediction was that for some reason they have to end the debate early.
Yeah.
Well, if he has the senile moment, you know they're gonna end it early.
We'll
He's
see.
been
If
in
one of
a
them dies,
camp.
they're gonna end it early.
Math is hard. Y'all are in there building a tower. Thanks, Dickie.
Wow.
Another crazy one I'd throw out there is RFK and Cornel West leading an insurrection and taking over the debate by force,
Yeah.
a la coup.
Wait, who was that? I missed it.
That
Cornel.
RFK and Cornel West have a
ain't doing
coup to take over the debates.
Security's so tight at that place right now.
I love how we have people.
They're trying to tower us.
I love how people running for political office are trying to tower us right now. That's really funny.
Wait, no. Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah. Easy prediction. They each call each other criminals. Stretch prediction. Claim to be Trump. Trump will announce his VP.
Yeah.
You're gonna announce Vivek.
Yeah, how does
You
he
think
not have
so?
his VP yet?
He
Yeah,
said
I-
his VP is going to be in attendance for the debates tonight. Vivek is on a private flight earlier today to the debates. What do you think is going to happen?
I also
really hope
saw
it's Vivek. I really want it to.
a
but I doubt
20%
it.
a 20% jump in people voting for Vivek or putting their money behind Vivek and that kind of jump doesn't really happen. Those kind of movements don't really happen unless something's going on. He's now second in probability, like Vegas probability.
Oh yeah, we should
Go to predict it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could do
Check
that.
check the movement on it. This
Yeah.
is something I saw
Well,
earlier.
actually,
Thinking maybe I should go buy some Vivek stock.
Mitch, are you on a computer right now?
Yeah.
You
I'm
have to
pulling
do it. Well, because if Mitch does it, we can pull it on screen.
Oh, look at them showing January 6th stuff already. Look at that.
Let me make this full screen. There we go.
Ooh. All right. How do I share?
Oh man.
Let's see what are they saying.
Are you on predict it?
No, I'm trying to. Okay, now
I am.
I unmuted it and it started
For
buffering.
2 years ago. Democrat president
I know I'm 198 years old.
81-year-old Joe Biden has struggled to calm
Where do I look
concerns
at
about
the-
his age.
Where do I look at the vice
He's tried
presidency
dismissing them.
markets?
Take a look at what I've done.
Just go to predict
So-
it. There's only like 10
I never thought I
bets.
could pass anything.
Yeah.
I never used predict it, so I'm fucking lost on here.
Burgum
Yeah.
is still top at 38 cents. JD Vance took a 2-cent hit to 22, and then Vivek took a 3-cent up to 16.
Since yesterday.
Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah, so he jumped up quite a bit throughout this week, I want to say, maybe even since last week, if you look at where he was to where he is now.
Yeah, 17
Pretty
cents for Vivek.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in the last
3 cents,
24
yeah.
hours, yeah, he's taken a dive compared to JD Vance.
Mm.
Yeah, Duke was predicting JD Vance. I'm not sold on that pick at all.
Can Duke go 2 for 2 with bets against Tim?
Yeah, he's gonna try.
Honestly,
taking
where's
all your
Duke
money.
tonight? We really could use him as an additional bet, at least.
Yeah, I was actually in the process of sending him a message. So yeah, don't worry. I'm working on
okay,
it.
cool. Good.
Yeah, so like going through this list that they have on Predict It, Byron Donalds is at the bottom of the list. Black guy, get some votes there, I guess. Not going to overshadow Trump at all. Some benefit points there as well, but I don't think anybody really likes him. So that's it. How the fuck does Glenn Youngkin have more than Byron Donalds?
Same with like Tim Scott. It's like you're going after like a
Tim
diversity
Scott at least
vote
does.
here.
Yeah, he's got Ben Carson in there as well.
Ben Carson as well, yeah.
Yeah. Rubio, I keep seeing Rubio's name more and more. I really don't like that.
Yeah, if Rubio gets the spot, dude, that's
Well,
the worst pick he
horrible.
could make, yeah.
Well, once again, when I was talking with Tim Pool and DC, he brought up that if they choose Rubio, that could mean that Trump cut a deal with the deep state.
Yeah, that's what
I
think.
can see that, yeah. I
Yeah.
can see that.
Yeah, I would not trust any. I mean, I already don't trust Trump administration, but I'd trust it a hell of a lot less. If,
Well,
Rubio
keep
got
in mind,
picked.
part of choosing a VP is picking someone that's so awful that you wouldn't want the person who's president to die.
Over under on Ross being mentioned. Well, Trump mentioned it, but he was pandering.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he
If
does
it's
that on
like-
a national debate stage. It'd be
If
great
it's-
if he did, but I don't know.
What do you think the chances that Trump mentions libertarian voters at all? At all
Zero.
in this debate?
Zero.
I think
Zero.
Ross is also zero. The only reason why is because the Democrats have their talking points that they're going to go after Trump from, and that just isn't one of them.
All these things that we're saying are never going to happen. If they happen, we're drinking.
Okay, yeah.
Look at them podiums. And it seems like Biden is going to go first, but give Trump the last word.
Yeah,
from what I've heard.
he won the coin toss.
Yeah. I'll take the right side.
Yep. Yeah. He
I'll
won
take
on
the right side.
Yeah. We're going to kick off.
Kick off the show, man.
Josh looking like a grumpy 1700s pirate who ran out of mercury to shoot up his pee hole to treat gonorrhea. What?
Goddamn right.
What do you even say to that?
You don't. You just agree with it and move on.
Yeah. Didn't know what that looked like until
Dude.
now.
All right, here's a swamp topic. Joey just reminded me saying that he's a fan of fake tits, even if they don't apply to this particular debate. Did you guys see that they made LED implants?
Yeah, I saw that.
See, that's a bridge too far. For me.
Our algorithm's
much.
like too similar.
Yeah, dude. I saw that. I was like, what?
But it was so
LEDs?
easy. he just barely touched it. So you got to think they're gonna come on way too much. They're
dude.
gonna like bump into something.
I saw
That would get kind of annoying.
my favorite comment under that post was gives new meaning to the phrase headlights. And I was like, oh yeah.
that's good. Bring that one back.
John?
Hey, you want to flash me?
Seen a lot about tweets 2-minute delay allowing possible live edits. Oh.
Ooh, hey.
Yeah, could be. I mean, yeah, because they probably don't. Maybe from their perspective, like steel manning their argument, it's maybe like, well, Trump could just call him a motherfucker, and we need to be able to bleep that for FCC or whatever.
Yeah, but
Like-
that's why they have a 5-second or a 10-second delay. You don't need a 2-minute delay for that.
2
Yeah,
minutes,
2
why?
minute is extreme. Do you think at least one of Biden's responses will be a playback from a studio recorded in the past week? I think it'd be pretty obvious. I don't know if his mouth is moving one way and the words say something different.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
Like Hillary Clinton had the debate questions prepared for her ahead of time back in the 2016 debates, I think, and that was found out. Yeah, Biden's had a whole week at Camp David. He's had a whole week to prepare with the questions.
He's had a whole week of sleeping.
No, they probably got him on the right sleep schedule. They probably got everything going on, dude. He's prepared for a whole week. Trump has just been doing his regular speeches and stuff. That's what he
Isn't that
does.
Preparing.
Yeah,
That's
it
him
is
preparing, though.
Oh,
Yeah, it is. That's what he
no.
does. That's what he
I gotta
does.
say,
I'm ending the poll. Do you want to know what's gayer?
Yeah,
what?
Ponytails.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
What about
That's what they voted.
ponytails?
Yeah,
They
that's-
voted
What
67%
did you expect?
gayer. Man buns are
Twitter.
way gayer.
No.
No.
I think you guys are wrong.
Is this on Twitter? Let me go contribute to the poll.
No, I mean the poll's over. It was on YouTube.
It's over.
I am
over.
Yeah.
I did not vote. I exercised my right not to vote.
I have a U-Haul full of ballots,
I
absentee
gotta
ballots.
take these off. Oh, Rob, are we gonna have to add some stuff? Because I got this one. So we got some sound effects we could put in here, but you got the soundboard. You got any good ones lined up for the night? Ponytails. are more
Oh
metal.
boy,
I
oh
agree.
boy, Tim.
I
We have
agree.
a few. Just the old classics like this one.
China.
That's good.
Oh
China's
yeah,
good.
if he mentions China, yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
a good one.
If Trump mentions Joe Biden's daughter in the shower,
Oh yeah.
every time you hear convicted felon,
There you go.
we have just January 6ers.
I thought this was America.
Oh, do you think that they'll mention election fraud in some form? Yeah, probably, because Biden will probably try to call him out, but Trump might also say it was stolen. So yeah, I think that's a good chance.
You
we
stole
got
the election.
Do we got one for election fraud, Rob?
No, we
Election.
don't. But we're
election
gonna
fraud?
add it.
Well, I
Where's
mean,
the
this,
wet fart noise?
here you go. Well,
Oh, okay.
Jeremy Kaufman made me take that one off. But he actually he personally
I
texted
can't
me said, "Hey,
believe. I still can't believe that you offended the incredibly serious candidate that was Jeremy Kaufman.
he wasn't offended. He was just like, boy, this guy's retarded."
Yeah.
That's fine. We have this one for election fraud. This is Illuminati sound. That's fine.
Fucking
Yeah.
X-Files?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's not Illuminati.
I mean, I'd love it if we had like some big mask dropping moment tonight, but I doubt that's gonna happen.
How about new?
All right, here we go. Oh man. Yeah, that's. I mean, we have a lot more. We'll keep them. We'll keep them chilling. We'll keep them chilly.
Well, I've messaged I've messaged Rich and Duke, and Leighton said he'll be here soon. He's he's on his way to his house or something like that. We've opened up to all the, I'll just say it, pussies who didn't want to live stream the event. I first saw it on Liberty Doll. I invited her. She's chill. She can come hang out. She did not respond. She doesn't like us.
Josh, why don't you get
What does
Mike
Liberty
Vermont?
Doll have against us?
Why
I
don't
don't
you
know
get
if she
Mike
has anything
Vermont on
against
here?
us.
How many
She's not
enemies
that-
have we made?
I don't know. I would be because I did kind of call her out on the post a little bit. I was like, well, the swamp will not bow down to this bullshit.
Yeah.
And and it was in a quote tweet to her saying she was going to cancel her show because she was afraid to get it turned or her channel affected.
Yeah.
Enemies of the swamp.
I didn't mean it like that. I was just, I was in bed and I was like, yeah, fuck this. Let's do it.
I was in bed, laying down.
I was in
we're
bed looking at
fucking doing
Liberty
it.
Doll.
Tim only jerks off to libertarian women. That's
that would be awful.
That'd be horrible. I wouldn't do that.
Invite Harrison Wells. Why do I feel like I should know that name? Who's that? Mitch, who is that?
I don't remember. I
reference
honestly don't know.
reference Mitch doesn't know.
Why'd
If
you immediately
I-
throw that to me?
Because you know all these random factoids.
yeah. What are you talking about, Mitch?
Dude, Mitch, help us out, dude.
Harrison Wells Wikipedia. Okay, it's a fake guy. It's the name of several characters played by Tom Cavanaugh in the CW's Arrowverse franchise. Whatever. I don't know.
Who asked that? Wait.
I know Harrison.
Mara?
Mara, is that you?
Oh, look, it is Mara. No, it's
Gotta
it's Marie.
Mara.
Mara too.
Hold on,
Oh,
let me
boy.
message him.
Who
What,
are
Mara?
you messaging?
Harrison.
Oh, okay. Oh, Harrison Wells?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, he runs AZ Austrian? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they just got a permaband.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Mara,
Account
send me a message on Discord.
We miss you, Mara, wherever you are.
We were looking at pictures of you earlier. Not in a weird way.
Damn, look at this goofy ass dude on CNN right now.
This goofy ass dude?
That was a different guy.
That guy looks like he works at Big Ass Jones Barbecue.
Did Jones give us any ads for tonight?
No. We are winging it tonight.
You mean Jones' big ass fucking barbecue and foot massage? We're gonna be winging it with them? Oh man, we gotta go on down to big ass Jones barbecue and wings, where we can get our wings so goddamn cheap, and you get a foot massage with every fucking 6-piece.
God damn, Josh, you had that perfect.
I ain't we ain't going
Rob,
there.
what's up with your future baby moms?
There's a
She's
lot
going
of
to
updates.
jail. She's going to jail, dude. She's gonna be wearing orange soon.
I'm gonna break her out. We're gonna turn this into a fucking episode of Prison Break.
So
I love that.
So Josh's baby mama's already going to jail, and then Rob's baby mama will be right behind her. You guys could carpool for conjugal visits.
Bad to the bone. Oh man, what happened to my with my board? What happened with my board?
It says broad. There's an R.
Oh,
BR.
broad. Sorry, yeah,
Wherever you're broad.
my broad, dude. Tiffany Hinyard is in a lot of trouble. She is. If you haven't seen our past episodes on it, we're covering it every week, so you will be updated. You will be updated with whatever happens to my baby mama. Y'all black.
I love
you.
that I love that I discovered this other story right around the time that we started covering this.
Yeah.
And then the mayor in the other, what was it? The mayor in the neighboring province, right? He's in equal or greater trouble, right? Mitch, you brought that one.
No, well, it's the one chick who's the judge, the circuit judge in Atlanta.
Oh, that one. Yeah. That's different. But the mayor, he's a male, black male mayor. He's also in trouble. Tim brought that one. So, in the whole Chicago surrounding area, just corrupt.
Oh yeah,
local
of course,
politicians.
dude. What do you expect?
Either way, I'm glad to have introduced Josh into his future second wife.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it.
She was just trying to protect her friends, honestly, from what I saw in the video.
Yeah, she punched a cop.
I'm gonna pray for that. I'm gonna pray for them too.
I'm gonna pray for them all, for their sins and transgressions, every single one of them. I don't want them to die.
Oh my gosh. Let's see what
15 minutes, boys. 15 minutes.
Yeah, let's see what they're saying.
Listen, it's all of the things we heard from those voters in swing states. People are living a kind of economic anxiety. They're counting their paychecks by the number of bags of groceries they can get at the store. So,
Which
and
is
they've lived
2.
this for a while,
The
and
economy's
so he
stupid.
has been good on pinpointing those kind of points of frustration that voters have around the economy, in inflation, rising prices.
Take a listen to how these two candidates have been talking
Take a listen
about
to
the
the
economy.
7-Eleven.
Take a
Clearly
listen
have the
to our
strongest
specials.
economy in the world. That's a
Yeah,
fact.
leave Vivek's brother alone.
15 million
All right.
new jobs created in 3.5 years.
Oh.
Unemployment hasn't been this low for this long for 50 years.
For
Wages
50
are rising
years.
faster than prices, and now we have among the lowest inflation rates of any country in America, and we're still fighting to lower it even further.
Bullshit.
We're fighting to lower healthcare cost, education costs.
and
to give
these are
a
just
little more
facts,
breathing
baby.
room.
What about the
Just getting
inflation
started.
in
Second term.
Argentina?
Keep going
Huh?
to level the playing field by making the wealthy begin to pay their fair tax.
The
Look at his
minute Cookie
eyes.
Joe Biden shuffles out the door, I will rapidly rebuild the greatest economy in the history of the world. Look, we had the greatest economy in history. Everybody here, where you have a small business or if you had a job, you were getting more than you ever made, and we had no inflation. But I will give
Lie.
you no taxes,
Also-
low
also
inflation,
lie, yeah.
low interest rates, rising wages, growing incomes, and fair trade for the American worker. And we will make energy affordable again by saying, drill, baby, drill.
I mean,
Hit
the
him
challenge,
with
too,
the
is that
Sarah
voters
Palin.
have looked at Trump's handling the economy better than they did when he was in office. He's been benefiting. One poll had him up 64% approval on that issue. He's been benefiting from time since being out of office.
He certainly has. People have short memories. But this economy issue is just a
I don't
persistent
know
Mute
about
her,
y'all.
dumbass.
for
I was
Democrats.
gonna
Yeah,
say, I don't know
weird.
about you guys, but these people are just boring as shit.
Oh my
It's
God.
not even.
I
Just
mean,
for-
I enjoyed seeing the clips of them.
yeah.
Anything to say about that?
I don't know about y'all, chat, but I hate being lied to.
Yeah.
Like, I just hate it. Like, I hate watching the spinners on CNN just work. I don't know, man. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad.
Pooper in briefs. I like that one. Pooper in
Yeah.
chief. Pooper in briefs.
I'm not wearing any briefs, Chief.
So, we on the show before this one, I brought up how I'm already pulling
Come on,
the pipe
Biden.
myself. But you know, in the show before this one, I brought up how we're about to witness the Manhattan Project of drugs when it comes to Joe Biden to keep him going. Any
Right.
predictions in regards to that?
Yeah,
He's gonna be fucking
gonna be good.
drugged out.
He's gonna be.
Yeah,
he's gonna be on
Do you-
top of shit.
Do you think they have figured out the proper formula by now?
Yeah,
They had a
lot of
week.
Adderall.
They better fucking figure it out.
They-
They had I mean, I'd like to think they had longer than a week.
They've had a few years. I mean, if you go look at the State of the Union, it's not like he was saying anything great, but he was just screaming the whole time. But that he lasted long enough in front of cameras, live, to do get the job done. Now here he's gonna have someone actually speaking against him, and that's gonna be the factor here. But it's Trump.
X Factor.
So,
Yeah.
okay, here's another one that I'm going to put out there, and I'll even join in and find a drink somewhere around here if it does come up. Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh.
Ooh. Ooh, are we gonna get into? Are they gonna get into Epstein's shit?
I don't know if they will, but I can't. One thing I was reminded of today was that clip of Megyn Kelly some weeks ago, where she was like, she said something about Jeffrey Epstein, and at the end is like, and who knows, maybe we'll hear something more from Jeffrey Epstein later this year, like directly from the man,
Jeffrey.
like as though she knew some sort of October surprise or something that was on the horizon that involved Jeffrey Epstein.
I saw a story today, and I think we can kick it to you, Mitch, because you've been covering Disney and whatnot, where in the past, Disney cruise ships were stopping at Epstein's Island and stuff like that. I don't know if you've seen that story, but I kind of want to dig deeper on that one.
I have seen
It's
stuff of
sending
it,
kids
but
and
I've never like looked deeper into it. Just on the surface level, what I saw was like, so have you gone on a cruise? And I'm not trying to be pretentious this time. I'm legitimately asking because, like, Okay, I'll just explain anyway.
Why are you so defensive? Why'd you
Because last time I asked questions, you get fucking weird.
What are you talking about? Not if I've been on a cruise or not. I've been on a cruise.
Okay, but like, well, you know, when you go on a cruise, they have like side expeditions that you can sign up and go on and shit, like snorkeling and whatnot, especially if it's in something like the Caribbean. And from what I had read, the island had been used for the snorkeling expeditions at some point or something like that.
See,
but I've never actually been able to dive in and see how true that is.
Hey, dive in, snorkel. That's a good one. Yeah, good job.
Just yeah. I totally meant to do that.
They dove into some miners there.
Yeah. Well, man, fuck if I know. There's a lot of weird shit with Disney, like and Epstein. So like, I just. But two people I will shout out.
10 minutes.
Two people I will shout out who might know something. One, I guess he's also a friend of the show. Derek Brose of the Conscience Resistance. He's done a lot of great stuff diving into Jeffrey Epstein and his various connections from Donald Trump to Hillary Clinton and whatnot. So if you want to see like a good breakdown of all that, Derek Brose did a great job. And also Luke Radowski from We Are Change, who
friend of the show, great friend of the show.
He's not a friend of the show. He's not I wish he was. He would be our best friend. We would make him love us.
I gave him knuckles at the convention.
Luke would be our 7th swamp creature to take Mara's place.
He's probably the only person that I've never met that could stay at my house.
There we go.
Luke,
so,
yeah.
That's how much we were all fans of Luke. But yeah, no, Luke, him and Jeff Berwick actually went on Epstein's Island after it had been like raided and everything by the police.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, somebody needs to do a
they paid
someone. Somebody has to do a wellness check on Joey later tonight. He's going to break out the moonshine and start drinking with
Jesus
us.
Christ.
Oh, fuck.
I'll drive to
Stay
Panama
with us,
City.
Joey.
I'll drive to Panama City. Actually, I'll get Pat to check up on you.
Hey, it's that very stupid person. She's on TV. Oh, not that. Well, he's stupid too, but the other one.
That guy looked like Tony Sellers a little bit.
Oh, no.
No.
Former. Terrible.
Somebody's got some background noise.
Oh, I think we got a new guest.
Oh, we do. Harrison Wells, not a fictional character. Hold on.
I told
switch
you.
him over.
He's on.
Hello, you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You got some low ass background shit.
I cannot hear you. Give me 1 second, guys.
Yeah,
it's because he's working in a call center, Tim. Don't.
He's channeling his inner Vivek, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Hello. Welcome to Swamp Creatures. How
Have
can
you
I
checked
help
your president's extended warranty lately?
Okay, I'm on. What's up, guys?
Not much. How you doing, man? We're just making fun of your getup. That's all.
Yeah. Sorry, I just got home from work.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, it's Arizona time. Yeah, we're partying over here on the East Coast, dude. It's already.
It's 6 p.m. here. I literally I got off work. I grabbed dinner and saw that I've been apparently permanently kicked off Twitter for no fucking reason.
Yeah,
what?
Big fucking
Am I allowed
gay.
to swear?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to swear on this show?
Of course. This is
Go ahead.
This is fucking America, sir.
God damn it, we're America.
I'm at work all day.
Yeah.
I haven't tweeted anything. I get home and people are blowing me up in the Discord about how I've been kicked off Twitter permanently. I get no explanation whatsoever. Show me the offending tweets.
So Musk got rid of you. What did you do?
Yeah. I mean, I've told a lot of people to kill themselves over my time on the internet.
Okay, that might have something to do with it.
Oh yeah, that might do it.
Yeah.
That might do it. Dude. Yeah.
I just
He smacked the shit out of fucking Liz Cheney a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so I will. Oh, that might have been. I think that was the Arizona account. That was not me. I won't take the credit for that one. But yeah, the Copper State Austrians account, the former Arizona Mises Caucus, RIP. I will be appealing, but yeah, some gay rules.
Interesting.
That's
Anyway,
the rules.
So you think that's what it was? You think it was telling people to kill themselves online?
I think
mean,
it is.
I
Out of everything
genuinely-
he said, yeah.
I genuinely have no idea. Like that's probably what they got.
Really?
If whatever I got kicked off for, it was retroactive. Like I didn't tweet anything even kind of bad today.
Yeah.
Like it's clear that there's just been a banning spree, like the last couple days.
I've seen people talking about that. Yeah.
Both of my accounts, both the Copper State Austrians and my personal account, got hit.
Well, I saw people were losing followers, so I guess they're losing followers from bans that are coming through.
They're losing followers from bans. Like people are losing followers, and people are saying like it's a bot purge, but there's a lot of real people getting kicked off too.
I do hope they do a bot purge, because anytime I like something, anyone like if I interact with anyone online, it's me and then an army of porn bots. That's exactly who's interacting with everyone.
I'm looking at chat. Do I sound fucking awful? I might need to change mics here.
You sound. It's not. It's
It
not.
doesn't. It does not sound like it's coming through your headset.
Okay. That's probably. How do I change that?
I didn't have a problem with the porn bots until one of them showed up in the post for a dead friend.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you had me and all these other people like mourning this dead friend, and then
tits in the bio.
Exactly.
All of them, dude. All of them.
But here's the thing: a lot of people won't be there for you all the time. You know who will?
The porn bots.
The porn bots will always be
porn
there.
bots will always be around for you, man.
Oh hey, I got a like on my post.
I know.
The algorithm.
At least somebody loves you.
It sounds the same, man. I don't know.
All right.
Y'all didn't think my tweet was funny and witty, but the porn bot did.
Chat suggests not talking through your nose. No, just messing with you.
Have you considered moving away from India?
Yo, that was pretty good.
How
Yeah,
can I
man.
help you?
Oh man. That's okay. I heard your 7-Elevens are doing real good in Arizona. That's.
Oh my god, he just doesn't stop.
That's true, man. We got plenty of them.
Yeah.
We're
I'm a
really-
volume shooter. If you've seen any of my comedy, it's not all good.
Rob is a quantity over quality type of guy,
Mhm.
whether it's comedy or women.
Yeah. Eventually, you're gonna get a good one.
Harris, are you sending Mara chats asking for his Bob's and Vagana?
Vagine. You need Vagine and Bob's?
Nice Bobs.
No Bob's and Vagine.
Oh, it sounds a lot better. It sounds a lot better. There you go.
Yeah. Switch mics. Sorry.
There you go. Well,
All
that's
right.
better. Yeah.
So, are you joining us for this whole debate? We're about 3 minutes.
You
there.
know what?
Oh, man.
I'm more than happy to watch the presidential debate. I might as well. I'll set up a new Twitter account in the meantime. Fuck
There
it.
you go.
There you go.
Welcome.
All right.
And we're ungovernable here.
We're on account number 5, baby. You're not stopping me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Do you think you should be able to tell people to kill themselves online?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Obviously.
Yeah.
Just hard
Yes.
stance. Yeah.
Okay, listen.
Yeah.
Number 1, all right. Suicide and suicide encouragement do not violate the NAP. Number 2, it's funny. So fuck anyone who tries to stop me.
Best argument so far. Oh yeah, we got to send
1,
you.
doesn't violate the NAP. 2, 3.
We were supposed to. Chat's pointing out. Are you drinking with us tonight? We're doing a drink along stream.
You know what? I don't have a ton of booze in the house, but if that's the rules, I can find some.
Them's the rules. We're gonna need you to turn that 6 o'clock into about a 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's about as long as I can go. I've got other people here who gotta
No,
sleep.
you're good, man. You're good.
No. I just meant party mode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the rule on the show is that guests are not required to drink, but hosts are required to partake in some form of intoxication.
All right.
Inebriation.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I will maybe procure myself something of that nature.
There
And you
we
know
go.
what? If you have
That sounds
children,
fun.
and you find some Elmer's glue laying around, some of that, that's acceptable too. It's happened twice, I think.
Man, I don't smoke. My wife does. I feel
All
like
right,
I feel like that would work. But
I keep getting this question, so I'm going to go ahead and put it up. You want to run through the rules again real quick? Let me cut off Hawk Tua. You want to run through the drinking game rules real quick before this gets started?
All right. So first, we have when Biden does any of these, you will drink. Calls Trump a convicted felon. Just get ready. That's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me?
When Biden goes, listen, folks.
Drink.
And he has to say folks. It's in quotations, all right? If he says, listen, people, does not count, does not count. Tells childhood story that probably didn't happen. As we said, we have the Corn Pop in the chat to confirm whether this is a true story or not. So if Corn Pop says it's not a true story, if he says it is a true story, then you don't have to drink. Corn Pop's a good guy. Anyway, we're protecting or saving democracy. That's another one where you're
You got 30 seconds.
obliged to drink. All right, makes a joke about his age, starts a sentence but ends with a completely different thought. Probably can happen. When Trump says people or everyone is saying, then you got to drink. Sleepy Joe. If he says the Biden crime family, if he says believe me, or he insults Jake Tapper or does excessive shit with his hands, not counting the pointer finger up, then you drink. Drink when either freezes for 3 seconds, says this is the most important election, or accuses the other of anti-Semitism, or drinks their water. And if either dies or they agree on something, we have to finish the whole bottle. Now, let's enjoy the debate.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Will debate the former U.S. president as their party's presumptive
Just in case we get banned.
first in American history.
All on Rumble, on
Our
X.
viewers in the United States.
And if you're new to the YouTube, like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 500 before 100.
This is the CNN presidential debate.
This debate is being produced by
Kill
CNN
the music.
and is coming to you live on
Is the
CNN,
music still going? I got
CNN
it.
International,
Got it.
CNN.com, CNN Max, and CNN Espanol.
So the full screen
This is a
there we
pivotal
go.
moment between President
No,
Joe
yeah, that was
Biden
just 'cause of
and
that,
former
yeah.
President Donald Trump in their rematch for the nation's highest office. Each will make his case to the American people with just over 4 months.
We can do this
until
side if you
election
prefer.
day.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Good evening, I'm Dana
That's
Bash,
perfect.
anchor of CNN's Inside Politics and co-anchor of State of the Union.
I'm Jake Tapper, anchor of
Resident
CNN's
bitch.
The lead and co-anchor of State of the Union. Dana and I will co-moderate this evening. Our job is to
You guys tell me if I need to
facilitate
turn
a
down the
debate
debate.
between the two candidates
I can't
tonight.
control the host
Before
volume,
we
but I can
introduce
control
them, we
that.
want to share the rules of
And
the
also
debate
keep
with
us
the
honest
audience at
with the
home.
drinking.
Former President
Yes.
Trump will be on the left side of the screen. President Biden will be appearing on the right. A coin toss.
Rumble link
determines
did not
their
work
position.
I'm sending it. I'm
Each
sorry.
candidate will have 2 minutes
How
to
gay
answer
do
a
we think the
question
mutes are going to
and
be
1 minute
for the
each
debate?
Oh,
for
yeah, so gay.
Oh, those are going to
and
be the
rebuttals.
fucking
An
worst.
additional minute for follow-up
Horrible.
clarification.
But
or
I
response
think Trump
is at the
like
moderator's
is in his ear the whole time. Like
When
even
it's time for a
muted,
candidate
I think
to
Trump's
speak,
still
his
going to be like,
microphone will be turned
you know,
off.
He's just going to be calling the dude a bitch while his mic is off.
you son of a
Candidate
bitch,
Oh,
you
interrupted
dumb
when his
fucking.
microphone is muted.
It-
It will be difficult to
It will not
understand
let me
for
turn up the
viewers at
debate,
home.
so we're
At
going to
the
have
end
to
of the
do our
debate,
best to
each
chill
candidate will get 2 minutes
when
for
they talk.
closing statements.
Wrong.
There is no studio audience tonight. Pre-written notes, props, or
Oh, can they
context
barely
with
hear the,
campaign staff are not permitted during
debate
When we
sounds?
when we talk
By
over them.
accepting our invitation
Okay.
to debate, both candidates and their campaigns agreed to accept these rules.
Now, please welcome the 46th President of the United States, Joe Biden.
He's wearing a mask. He's wearing a mask. Look at him.
Dude,
Oh,
dude,
no.
he
Oh,
already
what
looks
the fuck's up
lost.
with his eyes?
Look at him. He's fucking confused.
Jesus Christ, it looks like his face is melting.
Yeah, right?
And please
Where the
welcome
fuck
the
am I?
45th President of the United
I want to
States.
hit this button. I don't want it
Donald
to
Trump.
delay anything. See, this is what I was worried about.
No, it'll be good. It'll be good.
All right, 1080. Whew. Okay.
See, Donald's got the spray tan.
Look him in the eye, Don.
Gentlemen,
Didn't
thanks
even
so
look.
much for being here. Let's begin the debate, and let's start with the issue that voters consistently say is their top concern, the economy. President Biden, inflation has slowed, but prices remain high. Since you took office, the price of essentials has increased. For example, a basket of groceries that cost $100 then now costs more than $120. And typical home
Fix your mic,
prices have
Leighton.
jumped more than 30%. What do you say to voters who feel they are worse off under your presidency than they were under President Trump?
We got to take a look at what I was left when I became president.
Oh, it sounds
God
like
damn.
shit.
Mr. Trump left me.
Uh-huh.
We had an economy that was in free fall. The pandemic was so badly handled Many people were dying. All he said was, it's not that serious. Just inject a little bleach into your arm. You'll be all right. The economy collapsed. There were no jobs. Unemployment rate rose to 15%. It was terrible. And so what we had to do is try to put things back together again. And that's exactly what we began to do. We created 15,000 new jobs. We brought out the position where we have 800,000.
He brought out a physician. Drink.
But there's more to be done. There's more to be done. Working class people are still in trouble.
Wait, why is that a drink?
Because he mispronounced a word.
Where the kitchen table, if the things weren't able to be met during the month, it was a problem. Price of eggs.
Can y'all hear me good now?
Holy fuck, you're loud.
You're fucking loud,
That's why I'm
Leighton.
working
Holy
so hard
shit.
to make sure I deal with those problems. And we're going to make sure that we reduce the
Much
price
better.
of housing. We're going to make sure.
Yo, how does Joe
two
Biden
million
sound like
new units.
RFK right
We're
now?
going to make sure we cap rents so corporate greed can't take over. The combination, what I was left with in corporate greed is the reason why we're in this
Big J.
problem.
Okerson impression of
addition to that,
RFK
we're in
is
a
the
situation
funniest
where
impression I've
if
seen
you
of him.
take a look at all that
He
was
just
done
does
in
it
his
like
administration,
a Lord
he didn't do
Palpatine
much at all.
impression.
By the time he left, things were in chaos, literally chaos. And so we put things back together. We created, I said, those jobs. We make sure we had a situation where
Someone needs to
we
put him
now-
on a timer. He's
we brought
definitely
down the
over.
price of prescription
Yeah.
drugs, which is a major issue for many people.
He's allowed to be.
$15 for.
He
for,
sounds
a
horrible.
insulin shot.
What do y'all think
as
about that?
opposed to
Is that better?
$400. No senior
Yeah,
has
that's
to
fine.
pay
Looks
more
like
than
a fucking
$200
robot.
for any drug, all the drugs they can include beginning next year. And the situation is and we're going to make that available to everybody, to all Americans. So we're working to bring down the price of. around
He's
the
over
kitchen
2 minutes
table.
because it started
And
like
that's what we're gonna
right
get done.
near an hour.
Thank you, President Trump.
That might be right at 2
We have
minutes.
the
I don't know.
greatest economy in the history of our country. We have never done so well. Everybody was amazed by it. Other countries were copying us. We got hit with COVID.
Everybody's amazed by it. It's pretty
And
close
when
to
we did,
everybody.
We spent the money
Yeah,
necessary
I'll
so we
drink.
wouldn't
Yep.
end
I'll
up
drink,
in
yeah,
the Great
yep.
Depression, the likes of which we had in 1929. By the time we finished, so we did
I
a
need
great
more
job.
alcohol.
We got a lot of credit for the economy, a lot of credit for
Right.
the military, and no wars, and so many other things. Everything was rocking good. But the thing we never got the credit for, and we should have, is getting us out of that COVID mess. He created mandates that was a disaster for our country, but other than
Trump
that,
sounds like shit,
we
too.
had given them
Yep.
back a
Yeah, he
a
doesn't
country
sound
where
great
the
either.
stock
what a
market
couple
actually
old
was
fucks.
higher than pre-COVID, and nobody thought that was even possible. The only jobs he created are for illegal immigrants and bounce back jobs, a bounce back from the COVID. He has not done a good job. He's done a poor job, and inflation's killing our country. It is absolutely killing us.
Should we drink every
Thank
time
you,
he says our
President Biden.
country?
Well, look,
No,
you'll die.
He's the only one who thinks that, I think. I don't know anybody else. who
Trump
thinks
only
that
spoke for
we
a
have the
minute
greatest economy in the
there.
world.
Are you
And,
timing it?
You know,
Yeah.
the fact of the matter is that
Fuck does he need to speak
we
longer
find
for?
ourselves in a situation where
He doesn't really need to.
his economy, he rewarded the wealthy. He had the largest tax cut in American history, $2 trillion. He raised a deficit larger
Somebody
than
should
any
have gave
president
Joe
has in
Biden a
one
gummy.
term.
Wait,
He's the
is he
only
actually?
president other than Herbert Hoover, who's lost more jobs than he had when he began.
Herbert Hoover.
Since Herbert Hoover. The idea that he did something that was
Herbert
significant
Hoover?
in the military.
I'm drinking.
When
I don't
he
know.
was president, we
I'm
were still
fucking
killing people in
finishing.
Afghanistan. He didn't do anything about that. When he was president, we were still finding ourselves in a position where you had a notion that we were this safe country. The truth is, I'm the only president this century that doesn't have this decade, that doesn't have any troops dying anywhere in the world like he did.
That sounds like
President
bullshit.
Trump,
Oh, that is
I-
absolute
Wrong.
bullshit.
That is a crock.
Wrong.
Wrong.
If you follow up, you can do whatever you want with the minute that we give you. I want to follow up. You want to impose a 10% tariff on all goods coming into the U.S. How will you ensure that that doesn't drive prices even higher?
Not gonna come. It's just going to cause countries that have been ripping us off for years, like China and many others, in all fairness to China. It's going to just force them to pay us a lot of money, reduce our deficit tremendously, and give us a lot of power for other things. But he made a statement. The only thing he was right about is I gave you the largest tax cut in history. I also gave you the largest regulation cut in
I'll check
history.
the
That's
private
why we
chat.
had all the jobs. And the jobs went down, and then they bounced back, and he's taking credit for bounce back jobs. You can't do that. He also said he inherited 9%
can't do that.
inflation. No, he inherited almost no inflation, and it stayed that way for 14 months. And then it blew up under his leadership because they spent money like a bunch of people that didn't know what they were doing, and they don't know what they were doing. It was the worst, probably the worst administration in history.
Drink for
There's
China.
never been. And as far
China.
as Afghanistan is concerned, I was getting out of Afghanistan, but we were getting out with dignity, with strength, with power. he got out. It was the most embarrassing day in the history of our country's life.
President Trump, over the last 8 years, under both of your administrations, the national debt soared to record highs. And according to a new nonpartisan analysis, President Trump, your administration approved $8.4 trillion in new debt, while so far, President Biden, you've approved $4.3 trillion in new debt. So, former President Trump, many of the tax cuts that you signed into law are set to expire next year. You want to extend them and go even further, you say. With the U.S. facing trillion-dollar deficits and record debt, why should top earners and corporations pay even less in taxes than they do now?
Because the tax cuts spurred the
taxation is
greatest
theft.
economy that we've ever seen just prior to COVID. And even after COVID, it was so strong that we were able to get through COVID much better than just about any other country. But we spurred, that tax spurred. Now, when we cut the taxes, as an example,
He's moving his
corporate
hands.
tax was cut
He's
down
moving
to
his hands.
29%.
He's
Moderate
doing
amount.
it. He's doing it.
I don't think it's excessive.
Nah, it's excessive.
That's not excessive.
Still, how much is excessive?
He's still going.
Just
It's not excessive. It's not excessive until you do like the full Italian.
Paying down debt.
By the way, I didn't even realize
using
there
the
was
liquid gold
second-hand
right under our feet,
comparison.
the oil and gas right under our
Yeah,
feet.
yeah. If he
We're
gets a
going to have
second hand
something
involved,
that nobody else has
He's
had.
still moving his
We
hands.
got
I got a
hit with
drink.
COVID.
He's still
We
moving.
did a
we
lot
got
to
it, we
fix
got
it. I
it.
gave him an unbelievable
That's one hand's
situation
gotten to two
with
now.
all of the therapeutics and all
one
of the
hand
things
is
that
doing
we
all
came
the
up
work,
with.
too.
We gave
Must
him
be accordion
something great.
hands.
Remember,
Must
more
be
people
accordion
died
hands.
under his administration,
I don't know,
even though
Joey
we had
saying
largely
drink.
fixed it.
I'm
More people
gonna
died
drink
under
either
his
way.
administration
Joe looks like he's having a
than our
fucking
administration,
stroke.
and we were right in the middle of it. Something which
Well,
a lot of
he
people
is.
don't like to talk about.
Is he
But
shitting
had
his
far
pants,
more
though?
people dying
'Cause that's
in his
drink-worthy.
administration.
That's
He did a
drink-worthy.
mandate, which is a
Corn-
I think
disaster, mandating it.
Bring up corn
When the
puffs.
vaccine
Count as
went out, he
shitting
did a
your
mandate
pants
on the
if it just
vaccine, which is
slowly
the thing
seeps
that people
out
are
throughout the
most
debate.
objected to about the vaccine.
If you ain't
And
drunk,
he did
you
a
ain't
very poor
black.
job, just a very poor job. And I will tell you, not only poor there, but throughout the entire world, we're no longer respected as a country. They don't respect our leadership. They don't respect the United States anymore. We're like a third
United
world
States.
He's
nation
still
between
moving his hand.
weaponization
How is this not
and
excessive?
trying to go
Did you know
after
this
his
was the
opponent.
United States?
All of the things
I
he's
guess
done,
we
we've
know
become
what
like
his
a third
Trump's
world
dominant
nation,
hand
and
is.
it's a shame. The damage he's done to our country, and I'd love to ask him, and will,
Okay,
why
yeah, that's
he allowed
good.
millions of people to come in here from prisons, jails, and mental institutions
Many
to come
people-
into our country and destroy our country.
President Trump, we will get to
It's under
immigration
time. Under
later
time.
in this block. President Biden, I want to give you an opportunity to respond to this question about the national debt.
He had the largest national debt of any
God, he
president
sounds
in a
like
4-year
ass.
period, number one. Number two, that $2
Number
trillion
two.
tax cut
Number
benefited
two.
the very low. What I'm going to do is fix the tax.
I'll tell you
system. For
about number
example,
two.
We have 1,000
You're the one that
trillionaires
knows
in
about
America.
number two. You're number two.
Billionaires in America. And what's happening?
Tell
We're
me
in a
about
situation
number
where
two.
They, in fact, pay 8.2% in taxes. If they just paid 24%, 25%, either one of those numbers, they'd raise $500 million.
200 live viewers at the
In a
moment.
10-year period.
What's up,
We'd be
everybody?
able
Give
right
to
without
who?
a doubt, we'd be
Ukraine?
able to help
You want to give
make sure that
200
all
more
those things
percent
we
in
need to
taxes
do,
to Ukraine?
childcare,
We have
Right.
200 live
making
viewers
sure
right
that we
now.
continue to
Fuck
strengthen
outta
strengthen our
here.
healthcare system.
You should
Let's go.
Making sure that we're
like
able
and
to make
subscribe on the
every
YouTube. Try to get us to
single
500 before
person
100, guys. That's what
Before we get banned.
For what I've been
Yeah,
able to do.
before we get banned.
The,
We're on
highly
Rumble and
unlikely.
X
after
too.
COVID, excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with.
Yeah, Joe Biden got the dark
Look.
Biden like contacts in the night.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that was 3 seconds. Stop. Drink.
That was not
Thank you,
3
President
seconds.
Biden. President Trump.
That was not 3 seconds.
Well, he's right. He did beat
he
Medicare.
glitched.
He beat it to death, and he's destroying Medicare because all of these people are coming in. They're putting them on Medicare. They're putting them on
I didn't big
Social
glitch a
Security.
little
They're
bit.
gonna
That was an
destroy
early
Social
glitch.
Security. This
Quick
man
glitch.
is going to single-handedly destroy Social
We're not that far
Security.
into the
These
debate.
Millions and millions of people coming in. They're trying to put them on Social Security. He
The
will
chat
wipe
has
out
spoken.
Social
Drink.
Security. He will wipe out Medicare. So he was right in the way he finished that sentence. And it's a shame. What's happened to our country in the last 4 years is not to be believed. Foreign countries, I'm friends with a lot of people. They cannot believe what happened
lot
to
of
the
people?
United
It's
States.
a lot of people,
America.
everybody.
They're no longer
A lot of
respected.
people.
They don't like us.
A lot of
we
people,
give them
many
everything they want, and they think we're stupid. They think we're very stupid people. What we're doing for other countries,
People.
and they do nothing for us.
I like
what
the way he
this
says
man
people.
has done
People.
is absolutely criminal.
Bing bong. They
Thank
think
you,
we're
President
bing
Trump.
bong.
Jana?
This is the first presidential election since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade.
Okay.
This morning, the
Yeah.
court ruled on yet
Laura
another
just asked if they
abortion
remember to
case,
charge Biden because
temporarily
he looks
allowing
dead.
emergency
Yeah.
abortions to continue in Idaho,
Laura, come
despite
join
that
the
state's
show.
restrictive ban. Former President Trump, you take credit for the decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, which returned the issue of abortion to the states.
Correct.
However, the federal government still plays a role in whether or not women have access to abortion pills. They're used in about 2/3 of all abortions. As president, would you block abortion medication?
First of
No.
all, the Supreme Court just approved the abortion bill, and I agree with their decision to have done that, and I will not block it. And if you look at this whole question that you're asking, complex but not really complex. 51 years
But
ago,
not really.
you had Roe v. Wade, and
And what do you
everybody
mean?
wanted to get it back to the states. Everybody.
It's
Without
complex, not
exception.
really very
Democrats,
complex.
Republicans,
He's
liberals,
just
conservatives,
going to make a habit
everybody
of
wanted it
cooking
back.
on this issue,
Religious
isn't he?
leaders.
Oh, yeah.
And what I
Yeah.
did is I put 3 great Supreme Court justices on the court, and they happened to vote in favor of killing Roe v. Wade and moving it back to the states. This is something that everybody wanted. Now, 10 years ago or so, they started talking about how many weeks and how many this, getting into other things. But every legal scholar throughout the world, the most respected, wanted it brought back to the states. I did that. Now the states are working it out. If you look at Ohio, it was a decision that was an end result that was a little bit more liberal than you would have thought. Kansas, I would say the same thing. Texas is different. Florida
Not liberal.
is
I think he meant
but
conservative,
they're all making
right?
their own decisions right now. And right now, the states control it. That's
He's
the
moving
vote
the
of
fuck out of his
people.
hands, Tim.
Like
He's
Ronald
moving the
Reagan,
fuck out
I
of
I'm
his
believe
saying,
in
dude,
the
it's got to be a
exceptions.
drink
I
here.
am a person that believes. And frankly, I think it's important to believe in the exceptions. Some people, you have to follow your heart. Some people don't believe in that. But I believe in the
I
exceptions.
swear to God, I
for
just want to
rape,
PNG a
incest,
knife
and
on his
the
hand and
life
just
of
make
the
it look
mother.
like he's
I think
cutting
it's very
vegetables.
important.
Bro,
Some
he
people
looks like
don't.
the
Follow your
fucking
heart.
like Pope
Like he's
giving
You
a
have to get
fucking
elected
blessing. Like,
also.
oh,
And because that has to
Fruit
do with
ninja.
other things.
Yeah, that's what I was
Get
thinking.
elected.
Fruit Ninja.
The problem
Yeah.
they have is they're radical because they will take the life of a child
Fruit
in the
Ninja
8th
fucking-
month, the 9th month, and even after birth.
Does he
Birth,
even
if you
have
look
a left
at the
hand?
Former governor of Virginia, he was
His left
willing
hand
to
there it is.
take
Oh, it's
the
moving,
baby
it's moving!
and determine what we do with the baby.
Crowd goes
What we do
wild.
with the baby.
It's getting antsy.
What happened is we brought it back to the states.
You're letting
and
him have all the
country is
fun.
Now coming together on this issue.
You always
It's
let
been
him
a
have
great
all the
thing.
fun.
Thank you. President Biden?
It's been a terrible thing. what
Huh?
you did.
It's terrible.
The fact is that the vast majority of
Oh,
persons
he's
who
gonna die,
supported
dude.
Roe
He's
on
gonna
both sides.
die.
Supported
The
Roe.
drugs aren't working.
That's
drugs
this
are not
idea.
Another
that they're all
glitch.
against it is just ridiculous. And this is the guy who says the state should be able to have it. We're in a state where in 6 weeks, you don't even know whether you're pregnant or not, but you cannot
He looks
see a
like
doctor
he's a toddler
and
hiding in the
have
corner
him
pooping
decide
right
on
now.
what your circumstances are.
He looks like he's about to pass
The
out.
idea that states are able
He
to do
does.
this
Like,
is
that's
a
what
little
I'm
like
saying.
saying
Like,
we're
Laura's
gonna
right.
turn
Like,
civil
did they
rights
forget
back
to
the
charge
states.
Biden before
Let
they
each
put
state
him out
have a
on
different
stage?
rule. Look, there's
Plug
so
that
many
man
young women
in.
who have been
Note for-
including
note
the young
for
man
chat.
that just was murdered, and he went to the funeral. The idea that she was murdered by an immigrant coming in. They talk about that, but here's the deal: there's a lot of young women are being raped by their in-laws, by their spouses.
God, that's such a
brothers and sisters.
Is that Ashley in the shower?
It's just ridiculous, and they can do nothing about
Right.
it.
Oh,
And they try to arrest them when they cross state
I
lines.
hate when they do that argument on
There have
such a
been
big
many
stage.
young
It's like that's
women
1% of the
murdered by
case.
the same people he allows to come across our border. We have a border that's the most dangerous place anywhere in the world. Consider the most dangerous place anywhere in the world. And he opened it up, and these killers are coming into our country, and they are raping and killing women. And it's a terrible thing. As far as the abortion is concerned, it
They're
is
doing
now
a lot
back
of
with the
shit.
states. The
They're doing
states
a
are
lot of
voting.
shit.
In many
I
cases,
cranked it up a little bit. Let
it's
me know if that
frankly
helps.
a very liberal decision. In many cases, it's the
I found a
opposite.
way.
But they're voting, and
I
it's
can't
bringing it
make
back to
any,
the vote
you
of the
know,
people, which is
statistical
what
statements
everybody
here, but
wanted,
I will say-
including the founders. If they
A lot
knew
more of the
about this
homeless
issue,
people I'm
which,
kicking out of my
frankly,
job
they
have been
didn't.
Spanish
But they would
recently.
have everybody wanted brought back. Ronald Reagan wanted it brought back. He wasn't able to
Leighton,
get it.
those are Eskimos,
Everybody
not
wanted it brought
Mexicans.
back, and many presidents had tried to get it back. I
Those
was the
aren't the
one
same
to do
thing?
it. And
Wait a
again,
minute.
this gives it the vote of the people, and that's where they wanted it. Every legal scholar wanted it that way.
Staying on the topic of
check my
abortion, President Biden, 7 states.
my graph
I'll
of
let you
shades.
do that. This is the same topic. 7 states have no legal restrictions on how far into a pregnancy a woman can obtain an abortion. Do you support any legal limits on how late a woman should be able to terminate a pregnancy?
That's kind of a good question for CNN.
Which had 3 trimesters. The first time is between the woman and the doctor. Second time is between the doctor and an extreme situation. The third time is between the doctor, between the woman and the state. The idea that the politicians, that the founders wanted the politicians to be the ones making decisions about women's health is ridiculous. That's the last. No politician should be making that decision.
Now we see what they were doing
A
at
doctor
Camp
should be
David.
making
This
those
is so
decisions.
rehearsed.
That's how it should be run. That's
This is
what
so
you're gonna
rehearsed.
do. And if I'm elected, I'm going to restore Roe v. Wade.
So that means he can take the life of the baby in the 9th month and even after birth, because some states, Democrat run, take it after
You're already
birth.
elected.
Again,
Why
the
didn't you
governor,
just keep
former
Roe v.
governor of
Wade?
Virginia, put the baby down, then we decide what to do with it. So he's willing to, as we say, rip the baby out of the womb in the 9th month and kill the baby. Nobody wants that to happen, Democrat or Republican. Nobody wants it to happen.
That was bad.
That is simply not true. The Roe v. Wade does not.
He just
provide
fucking
for
said that.
That's not the circumstance.
He looks like he wants to shoot him.
Woman's life is in danger.
Oh,
She's
Joe
gonna die.
Biden's about to go
That's the only circumstance in
angry
which that can
dementia
happen.
man on him.
But we are not for late-term abortion. Period.
Trump's got
Period.
one-
He repeated himself 3 times.
You have late-term abortion. You can do whatever you want, depending on the state. You can do whatever you want. We don't think that's a good thing. We think it's a radical thing. We think the Democrats are the radicals, not the Republicans.
For 51 years, that was the law. 51 years, constitutional scholarship said it was the right way to go. 51 years, and it was taken away because this guy put very conservative members on the Supreme Court.
He's
Takes
awful.
credit for taking it away. What's he
That's a
going to
bad
do?
point,
What's he going
too.
to do? In fact, if the MAGA Republicans, he gets elected, and the MAGA Republicans control the Congress, and they pass a universal ban on abortion.
A
period,
what? A van?
across the board for 6 weeks or 7 or 8 or 10 weeks, something.
Oh,
very
Have you ever rode?
conservative.
Have
Is
you
he
ever
gonna
been in
sign
a
that bill?
universal van?
I'll veto it. He'll sign it.
I'm going to
Thank
turn
you.
us all down a little
Let's
bit
turn
so
on
they
the
can
issue
hear
of
this thing
immigration
better.
and border security. President Biden, a record number of migrants have illegally crossed the southern border on your watch. Overwhelming border states and overburdening cities such as New York and Chicago, and in some cases causing real safety and security concerns. Given that, why should voters trust you to solve this crisis?
Because we worked very hard to get a bipartisan agreement that not only changed all of that, it made sure that we are in a situation where
Constitutional
you had
scholars?
no circumstance where they could come across the border with the number of border police there are now. We significantly increased the number of asylum officers. Significantly, by the way, the Border Patrol endorsed me, endorsed my position. In addition to that, we found ourselves in a situation where, when he was president, he was taking
I'm turning our
separating babies
volumes
from
down
their mothers, putting them
so
in
that they
cages,
can hear the,
making sure they were, the
debate
families
better.
were separated. That's
I
not
was
the right
just
way to go.
making a joke.
What
I
I've
was
No,
done
it's
is
good
I've
'cause you were
changed
testing
the
it,
law.
so it was good.
What's happened?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have
I've
to
changed
test
it
it.
in a
Chat,
way
let us
that
know.
now you're in a situation where there are 40% fewer people coming across the border illegally. That's better than when he left office. And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on
Dickie
Damn,
makes
Joe
a good-
Biden's more
the total
conservative than
initiative
Donald Trump? That's
relative
crazy.
to what we can do.
Dickie made a
more
good point in
Border
the chat.
Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said. We have the safest border in the history of our country. But all he had to do was leave it. All he had to do was
That was
leave
great.
it. He decided to open up our border, open up our country to people that are from
I'll
prisons,
keep turning us down.
people that are from mental institutions, insane asylum, terrorists. We have the largest number of terrorists coming into our country right now, all terrorists, all over the world, not just in South America, all over the world. They come from the Middle East, everywhere. All over the world, they're pouring in. And this guy just left it open. And he didn't need legislation because I didn't have legislation. I said, close the border. We had the safest border in history. In that final
I said,
couple of
bing,
months of my
bong.
presidency.
Is he going to say build the wall?
According to Border Patrol, who is great, and by the way, who endorsed me for president, but I won't say that. But they endorsed me for president.
I won't say what I just said.
Brandon, just speak to him. But look, we had the safest border in history. Now we have the worst border in history. There's never been anything like it.
We lost
and people
Josh.
are dying
He'll
all
be
over
back.
the place, including the people that are coming up in
Thank you,
caravans.
President Trump. President Biden?
The only terrorist who's done anything crossing the border is one who came along and killed 3 under his administration.
Huh?
Killed an Al Qaeda person come in his administration.
Oh,
Killed
holy
American soldiers.
Oh, that
50
was
American
rough.
soldiers. That's the only terrorist that's there. I'm not saying
that's
that
not
no
Josh.
terrorist ever got through.
Hold
But
on.
the idea
Oh.
we're emptying their prisons, we're welcoming these people.
Hello.
That's simply not true.
Hi.
There's no data
Oh, we got the dump
supporting
truck
what
on
he
the
said. Once again, he's
podcast.
exaggerating. He's lying.
Yes.
President Trump,
hang
staying on
on.
the topic of immigration,
Hey,
you've said that you're going to carry out, quote, the largest domestic deportation operation in American history, unquote. Does that mean that you will deport every undocumented immigrant in America, including those who have jobs, including those whose spouses are citizens, and including those who have lived here for decades? And if so, how will you do it?
Just 1 second. He said we killed 3
Is Laura
people.
dropping?
The people we killed are al-Baghdadi.
Yeah, well,
and
she's sitting
Soleimani,
too close to me,
the two
so we're
greatest
picking up on
terrorists,
each other's
biggest terrorists
mics.
anywhere in the world.
Get on the
And
same
had
camera,
a huge
share
impact
AirPods.
on everything, not just border, on everything. He's the one that killed people with the bad water, including hundreds of thousands of people dying, and also killing our citizens when they come in. We are living right now in a rat's nest. They're killing our
Did somebody
people
hit
in
the
New
music
York
again?
and California and every state in the union, because
Why
we
am
don't
I
have
hearing
borders
it then?
anymore. Every state is now a border.
on you,
And
bro.
because
I
of
do
his
hear music.
ridiculous, insane, and very stupid policies, people are
pressed pause
coming
and
in
play.
and they're killing our citizens
zero.
at a level that we've never
Dickie is
seen. We
so
call it
dumb, dude.
migrant crime.
Al-Baghdadi.
I call it Biden migrant crime. They're killing our citizens at a level that we've never seen before. And you're reading it like these 3 incredible young girls over the last few days. One of them, I just spoke to the mother, and he just had the funeral for this girl. 12
Biden
years
looks
old.
shocked. Oh,
This is
fuck, he talked to
horrible
the
what's
mom.
taken place. What's taken place in our country, we're literally an uncivilized country now. He doesn't want it to be. He just doesn't know. He opened the borders. Nobody's ever seen anything like. And we have to get a lot of these people out, and we have to get them out fast
Joe's
because
looking
they're
like
going
he
to
just saw
destroy our
somebody get
country.
run over
Just
by a
take a look at where they're living. They're living in luxury hotels.
Joe looks like he's thinking
in
about
New York City
breakfast,
and other
dude. He doesn't
places.
even- dude,
Our
what are you
veterans are on
talking
the
about?
street. They're dying because he doesn't care about our veterans. He doesn't care. He doesn't like the military at all.
Well, now he's
And he
sleeping.
doesn't care about our veterans. Nobody been worse.
Here,
I had the
fucking
highest approval
screensaver
rating for
mode.
veterans taking care of the
He
VA.
literally looks
He
like
is
he
the
just
worst. He's
passed
gotten
out
rid
where
of
he's
all the
fucking
things that I
standing.
approved.
Dude, I
Choice,
think
that I got
Jeffrey
through Congress,
Epstein could
all
walk
of the
behind
different things I
frame in
approved.
Trump's camera
They
view and
abandoned.
Biden wouldn't
We had
notice
by
it.
far the highest,
He
and
would
now it's
just-
down in less
he would
than
just
half
glaze right
because he's
over
done all these great things that we did, and I think he did it just because I.
Did they do it?
What
And
the
their
fuck?
families have it.
Did
Their
they do
families
it?
have it
No, we're
because
good,
what
we're
happened, whether it was
Oh,
Agent
that
Orange or
skipped a little
burn
bit.
pits, they're all being covered now. And he opposed his group.
My mouse has
opposed
too
that.
many buttons
We're
on
also in a
it. I'm sorry.
situation where we have great respect for veterans. My son spent a year in Iraq, living one of the next
Yeah, he's
one
talking
of those
about
burn
Bo,
pits, came
the
back
burn
with
pits.
stage 4 glioblastoma. I was recently in
Is it true, Corn Pop?
Why did
France
it
for
skip so
D-Day,
far?
Is that why your voice
and I
is
spoke
fucked up?
all
Did you
about
catch
those
that from
heroes
your
that
son?
died. I went to the World War II cemetery, World War I cemetery he refused to go to. He was standing with his 4-star general, and he told me, he said, I don't want to go in there because they're a bunch of losers and suckers. My son was not a loser, was not a sucker. You're the sucker. You're the loser.
Well, I mean, he
President
got
Trump?
suckered into signing
First
up.
of all, that was a made-up quote, suckers and losers. They made it up. It was in a third-rate magazine that's failing, like many of these magazines. He made that up. He put it in commercials. We've notified him. We had 19 people that said I didn't say it. And think of this. Who would say I'm at a cemetery or I'm talking about our veterans? Because nobody's taken better care. I'm so glad this came up, and he brought it up. There's nobody that's taken better care of our soldiers than I have. To think that I would, in front of generals and others, say suckers and losers. We have 19 people that said it was never said by me. It was made up by him, just like Russia was made up, just like the 51 intelligence agents are made up, just like the new thing with the 16 economists are talking. It's the same thing. 51 intelligence agents said that the laptop was Russia disinformation. It wasn't. That came from his son, Hunter. It wasn't Russia disinformation.
Remember your son
He
jerking
made
off
up
to
the
that
suckers
lady
and
in the
losers, so
fucking
he should
chat?
apologize to me right now.
That's on the laptop,
4-star
Joe.
general standing to your side who was on your staff who said you said it, period. That's number
Period.
one. And number two, the idea that I have to apologize to you for anything along the line. We've done more for veterans than any president has in American history. American history.
We've sent
And
them
they
to
now are
Ukraine.
in their family.
Not
The
repeated
only
American
sacred
history.
obligation we have as a country is to care for our veterans when they come home and their families and equip them when they go to war. That's what we're doing. That's what the VA is doing now. They're doing more for veterans than ever before in our history.
All right. Thank you so much.
Topic of foreign policy. I want to begin with Russia's
All right,
war
this is huge.
against Ukraine, which is now in its third year. Former President Trump, Russian President Vladimir Putin says he'll only end this war if Russia keeps the Ukrainian territory it has already claimed and Ukraine abandons its bid to join NATO. Are Putin's terms acceptable to you?
First of all, our veterans and our soldiers can't stand this guy. They can't stand him. They think he's the worst commander-in-chief, if that's what you call him, that we've ever had. They can't stand him. So let's get that straight. And they like me more than just about any of them. And that's based on every single bit of information. As far as Russia and Ukraine, if we had a real president, the president that knew, that was respected by Putin, he would have never invaded Ukraine. A lot of people are dead right now, much more than people know. You know, they talk about numbers. You can double those numbers, maybe triple those numbers. He did nothing to stop it. In fact, I think he encouraged Russia from going in. I'll tell you what happened. He was so bad with Afghanistan. It was such a horrible embarrassment, most embarrassing moment in the history of our country, that when Putin watched that and he saw the incompetence, that he should have fired those generals, like I fired the one that you mentioned, and so he's got no love lost. But he should have fired those generals. No general got fired for the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country, Afghanistan.
Interesting how he doesn't actually answer about Ukraine.
Behind. We lost 13 beautiful soldiers,
which I think is probably a bad sign.
Obliterated. And by the way, we left people behind too. We left American citizens behind. When Putin saw that, he said, "You know what? I think we're going to go in and maybe take this was his dream. I talked to him about it, his dream. The difference is he never would have invaded Ukraine. Never. Just like Israel would have never been invaded.
Are you going to stop it?
In a million years by Hamas. You know why? Because Iran was broke with me. I wouldn't let anybody do business with them. They ran out of money. They were broke. They had no money for Hamas. They had no money for anything. No money for terror. That's why you had no terror at all. During my administration, this place, the whole world was blowing up under him.
There you go.
President Biden?
That wasn't an answer at
Never
all.
heard so much malarkey in my whole life. Look, the fact of the matter is that we're in a situation where, let's take the last point first. Iran attacked American troops, caused brain damage for a number of these troops, and he did nothing about it. Recently, not when he was president.
You sound like you have
Here they attacked. He said they're just having headaches. That's all it is. He didn't do a thing when the attack took place, number one. Number two, we got over 100,000 Americans and others out of Afghanistan during that airlift. Number three, we found ourselves in a situation where, if you take a look at what Trump did in Ukraine, this guy told Trump, do whatever you want, and do whatever you want. And that's exactly what Trump did to Putin, encourage him, do whatever you want. And he went in. And listen to what he said when he went in. He was going to take Kyiv in 5 days, remember? Because it's part of the old Soviet Union. That's what he wanted to reestablish, Kyiv. And he, in fact, didn't do it at all. He wasn't able to get it done. And they've lost thousands and thousands of troops, 500,000 troops.
And I'm not saying I agree with. I'm not saying I agree with this here, but
I just want to go
Trump
back to my
did
original
more
question
against
which
Iran
is,
by killing Soleimani. That took Iran back years with their proxies, with all their proxies.
They're not acceptable. But look, this is a war that never should have started. If we had a leader in this war, he led everybody along. He's given $200 billion now or more to Ukraine. He's given $200 billion. That's a lot of money. I don't think there's ever been anything like it. Every time that Zelensky comes to this country, he walks away with $60 billion. He's the greatest salesman ever. And I'm not knocking him. I'm not knocking anything. I'm only saying the money that we're spending on this war, and we shouldn't be spending, it should have never happened. I will have that war settled between Putin and Zelensky as president-elect before I take office on January 20th. I'll have that war settled. People being killed so needlessly, so stupidly, and I will get it settled, and I'll get it settled fast before I take office.
President Biden, you have a minute.
Shout out Fina Bone. She's running for office here in Florida.
He's killed thousands and thousands of people. And he has made one thing clear. He wants to reestablish what was part of the Soviet Empire, not just a piece. He wants all of Ukraine. That's what he wants. And then you think he'll stop there? Do you think he'll stop when if he takes Ukraine? What do you think happens to Poland? What do you think of Belarus? What do you think happens to those NATO countries? And so if you want a war, you ought to find out what he's going to do, because if in fact he does what he says and walks away, by the way, all that money we give Ukraine are from weapons we make here in the United States. We give them the weapons, not the money at this point. And our NATO allies have produced
like the ones you shot over Crimea.
You're striking Russia and killing innocent civilians within Russian territories now. With
Thank you.
them.
Moving on to the Middle East. In October, Hamas attacked Israel, killing more than 1,000 people and taking hundreds of hostages. Among those held and thought to still be alive are 5 Americans. Israel's response has killed thousands of Palestinians and created a humanitarian crisis in Gaza.
What are you going to do
President
with Russia?
Biden,
I said,
you've put forward a proposal to resolve this conflict, but so far Hamas has not released the remaining hostages, and Israel is continuing its military offensive in Gaza.
Why does he look like confused
so
and
what
surprised
additional
the whole
leverage
time?
will you use
Dude, he is
to get Hamas and Israel to end the war?
Adequate amount of Adderall.
Number one, everyone from the United Nations Security Council straight through to the G7 to the Israelis and Netanyahu himself have endorsed the plan I put forward. Which has 3 stages to it. The first stage is trade the hostages for a ceasefire. Second phase is a ceasefire with additional conditions. The third phase is the end of the war. The only one who wants the war to continue is Hamas. Number one. They're the only ones standing out. We're still pushing hard.
Oh, dude, he's losing. He's
What's
losing them.
happened in Israel, we're finding the only thing that denied Israel was 2,000-pound bombs. They don't work very well in populated areas. They kill a lot of innocent people. We're providing Israel with all the weapons they need and when they need them. And by the way,
We provide
I'm the guy
Israel
that
with weapons. We
organized
provide
the
Ukraine
world
with
against
weapons. We just
Iran
give
when
weapons
they
out
had
to
a
anybody.
full-blown intercontinental ballistic missile attack on Israel. No one was hurt. No one Israeli was accidentally killed, and it just stopped.
You
We
mean
saved
besides
Israel.
the
We are
8
the biggest
incidents with humanitarian aid workers, you piece of fucking
and so
shit?
They're 2 different things. Hamas cannot be allowed to be continued.
Look
we
at Trump with
continue
his
to send our
shit-eating
experts
grin over
Trump
there.
is
Don't
smirking now. How they can get Hamas like we did bin Laden. You don't have to do it. And by the way, they've been greatly weakened, Hamas, greatly weakened, and they should be. They should be eliminated. But you've got to be careful for using certain weapons among population centers.
Wrong. Just going back to Ukraine for 1 second. We have an ocean separating us. The European nations together have spent $100 billion
Fuck you,
or
buddy.
maybe
No,
more
you
than
don't.
that, less than us.
We're right here.
Why doesn't he call them? So
Shut
you
up,
got
Leighton.
money
Alaska
like
doesn't
I did
count.
with NATO. I
You
got
have
them
China
to
in
put
the
up
middle
hundreds
of
of
you.
billions of dollars. The Secretary General of NATO said Trump did the most incredible job I've ever seen.
No, Tim,
You wouldn't-
Russia
they wouldn't have
touches
any. They were
Alaska
going out of
pretty
business.
much.
We were
I thought he was talking
spending
about
almost
Ukraine.
100% of the money was
Alaska.
paid
He's
by
right-
us.
he's right there.
okay.
He didn't do that. He's getting all. You got to ask these people to put up the money. We're over $100 billion more spent, and it has a bigger impact on them because of location, because we have an ocean in between. You got to ask them. As far as Israel,
I think he's talking about Ukraine.
and Hamas.
He's talking about Ukraine
Israel's
now,
the one
yeah,
that
yeah.
wants to go. He said the only one that wants to keep going is Hamas. Actually, Israel is the one, and you should let him go and let him finish the job. He doesn't want to do it. He's become like a Palestinian, but they don't like him because he's a very bad Palestinian. He's a weak one.
President Biden, you have a minute.
I've never heard so much foolishness. This
It's
is a guy
so
who
cool
wants to
how
get out of NATO. You're gonna stay
8
in
years
NATO?
after
You're gonna pull out of
2016,
NATO.
Trump just sounds
The
like
idea
every
that
other
we have-
Republican now.
Our strength lies in our alliances as well. It may be a big ocean, but we're ever able to avoid a war in Europe, a major war in Europe? What happens if, in fact, you have Putin continue to
You're not
end in
avoiding
NATO?
a war
There's an
in
Article
Europe.
5 agreement.
You're
Attack
causing
on one
World
is
War
attack
III.
on all. You want to start the nuclear war he keeps talking about, go ahead. Let Putin go in and control Ukraine and then move on to Poland and other places. See what happens then. She has no idea what's going to stop it. And by the way, I got 50 other nations around the world to support Ukraine, including Japan
World
and
War
South
III.
Korea, because they understand that this kind of dislocation has a serious threat to the whole world peace. No major war in Europe has ever been able to be contained just to Europe.
I want to see the word for
President
word
Trump, just to
transcription
follow
of
up,
this debate.
would you support the creation of an independent Palestinian state in order to achieve peace in the region?
I'd have to see, but before we do that, The problem we have is that we spend all the money. So they kill us on trade. I made great trade deals with the European nations.
Oh, there we go.
Because if you add them up, they're about the same size economically. Their economy is about the same size as the United States. And they were no cars, they don't want anything that we have. But we're supposed to take their cars, their food, their everything, their agriculture. I changed that. But the big thing I changed is they don't want to pay. And the only reason that he can play games with NATO is because I got them to put up hundreds of billions of dollars. I said, and he's right about this, I said, no, I'm not going to support NATO if you don't pay.
Finish your
they
bottles.
asked me that question. Would you guard us against Russia at a very secret meeting of the 28 states at that time, nations at that time? And they said, no, if you don't pay, I won't do that. And you know what happened? Billions and billions of dollars came flowing in the next day and the next months. But now we're in the same position. We're paying everybody's bills.
Let's turn to the issue of democracy. Former President Trump, I want to ask you about January 6, 2021. After you rallied your supporters that day, some of them stormed the Capitol to stop the constitutionally mandated counting of electoral votes. As president, you swore an oath to, quote, preserve, protect, and defend, unquote, the Constitution. What do you say to voters who believe that you violated that oath through your actions and inaction on January 6th and worry that you'll do it again?
Well, I don't think too many believe that. And let me tell you about January 6th. On January 6th, we had a great border. Nobody coming through, very few. On January 6th, we were energy independent. On January 6th, we had the lowest taxes ever. We had the lowest regulations ever. On January 6th, we were respected all over the world. All over the world, we were respected. And then he comes in, and we're now laughed at. We're like a bunch of stupid people.
We haven't even got to the first commercial break.
What happened to the United States' reputation under this man's leadership is horrible, including weaponization, which I'm sure at some point you'll be talking about, where he goes after his political opponent because he can't beat him fair and square.
You have 80 seconds left. My question was, what do you say to those voters who believe that you violated your constitutional oath through your actions and inaction on January 6, 2021, and worry that you'll do it again?
Well, I didn't say that to anybody. I said peacefully and patriotically. And Nancy Pelosi, if you just watched the news from 2 days ago, on tape to her daughter, who's a documentary filmmaker, like they say.
Filmmaker.
But she's saying, oh, no, it's my responsibility. I was responsible for this. Because I offered her 10,000 soldiers or National Guard, and she turned them down. And the mayor in writing, by the way, the mayor, in writing, turned it down, the mayor of D.C. They turned it down. I offered 10,000 because I could see, I had virtually nothing to do. They asked me to go make a speech. I could see what was happening. Everybody was saying they're going to be there on January 6th. They're going to be there. And I said, you know what? There's a lot of people coming. You could feel it. You could feel it, too, and you could feel it. And I said, they ought to have some National Guard or whatever. And I offered it to her. And she now admits that she turned it down. And it was the same day she was, I don't know, she can't be very happy with her daughter because it made her into a liar.
Did he pull
She
two
said,
hands?
I take full responsibility.
Yeah, he's two-handing it right now. He's definitely two-handing it.
President Biden?
Double fisted.
Look, he encouraged those folks to go up on Capitol Hill, number one.
Yeah.
I sat in the dining room off the Oval Office. He sat there for 3 hours. 3 hours watching, begging, being begged by his vice president.
Well, I took a nap on the last hour, but still.
To do something, to call for a stop, to end it. Instead, he talked about these people being patriots and great patrons of America. In fact, he says he'll now forgive them for what they've done. They've been convicted. He says he wants to commute their sentences and say that no. But he went to every single court in the nation. I don't know how many cases, scores of cases, including the Supreme Court, and they said, no, this guy is responsible for doing what was done. He did a damn thing, and these people should be in jail, and they should be the ones who are being held accountable.
Of course, Biden has some Mexicans talking to him.
And now he says that he lives in such a minor that he is, that he could be a bloodbath.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Thank you, President Biden.
What they've done to some people that are so innocent, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. What you have done, how you've destroyed the lives of so many people. When they ripped down Portland, when they ripped down many other cities. You go to Minnesota, Minneapolis, what they've done there with the fires all over the city. If I didn't bring in the National Guard, that city would have been destroyed. When you look at all of the they took over big
talking about
chunks
the
of
BLM
Seattle.
riots?
I was all set
Summer
to
of
bring in the
Love?
National Guard. They heard that. They saw them coming, and they left immediately. What he said about this whole subject is so off. Peacefully patriotic. One other thing.
I love Joe Biden.
The Unselect Committee, which is basically two
You love Joe
horrible
Biden?
Republicans that are all gone now out of
His
office.
whole face is.
And Democrats, all Democrats. They destroyed and deleted all of the information they found because they found out we were right. We were right. And they deleted and destroyed all of the information. They should go to jail for that. If a Republican did that, they'd go to jail.
Thank you, President Trump. President Biden, I want to give you a minute.
The only person on this stage is a convicted felon is the man.
Hey, he said it!
What he's telling you is simply not true. The fact is that there was no effort on his part to stop what was going on up in
What?
Capitol Hill. And all those people, every one of those who were convicted, turned over desks, turned them over statues. The idea that
This
those
is a
people are
pre-recorded segment
patriots.
here.
Yeah,
Come on.
that's what the
When I
buffering
asked
was.
him the first two debates we had, first time around, I said, will you denounce the Proud Boys? He said, no, I'll tell them to stand
I don't know,
by.
man. This whole issue's
The
just
idea
gay.
he's refusing to,
Like, it's funny
will
to
we
remember.
denounce these
It's funny
guys?
to remember what
We denounce
politics
the people we're
outside of
talking about now?
libertarianism is
We
like.
denounce
Like,
the
this is
people
what
who
most
attacked
people
that Capitol.
care
think
about.
What are you gonna
politics is
do?
about.
Yeah, we're talking.
I'm going
they're going
to
back
give you
8 years for
a
this shit.
minute, President
They're
Trump,
going
for a
back
follow-up
like
question
to
I
Trump's
have.
presidency for all these issues.
After a jury convicted you
Which is
of
a
34
good
felonies
strategy.
last month, you said if
Always.
reelected, you would,
Did he
quote,
say, "Come on"?
have every right
Did
to
we
go
miss it?
after, unquote, your political
damn.
opponents. You just
Drake.
talked about members of the Select Committee on January 6th going to jail.
Good job, Joe.
Your main political opponent is standing on
that's why
stage
y'all are
here
here to keep us
tonight.
honest.
Can you
Good
clarify
job, Joe
exactly what it
Hanoush, not
means
Joe
about
Biden.
you
Vote for
feeling
Joe
you have every
Hanoush,
right
by
to
the
go
way.
after
Joe
your
Hanoush,
political
Yeah,
opponents?
vote
Well, I
great
said
guy.
my retribution is going to be success. We're going to make this country successful again because right now it's a failing nation. My retribution is going to be success. But when he talks about a convicted felon, his son is a convicted felon at a very high level. His son is convicted, going to be convicted probably numerous other times. Should have been convicted before, but his
He's
Justice
getting mad.
Department let
Talk
the
about his
statute of
boy.
limitations lapse
Talking
on the
about
most
my
important
boy
things.
like that.
But he could be a convicted
Come
felon
on,
as soon as he
pissed
gets
off
out of office.
dementia
Joe could be a
Joe.
convicted
You
felon with all of
motherfucker.
the things that he's done. He's done
He's just
horrible
like-
things. All of the death caused at the border, telling the Ukrainian people that we're going to want $1 billion or you change the prosecutor. Otherwise, you're not getting $1 billion.
See how long
If
it
I
takes
ever
all the
said that,
hosts.
that's quid pro quo. That
Quid
we're
pro
not going to
quo.
do anything. We're not going to give
There you go.
anything.
You
So
got it.
it's a change.
Yeah.
Nothing to do
Leighton,
with
Leighton's
the
not
son.
paying attention.
This man is a
There we go.
criminal. This man, you're lucky. You're lucky. I did nothing wrong. We'd have a system that was rigged and
I
disgusting.
didn't do
nothing
nothing.
wrong.
Thank you,
Your
President
son-
Trump. President Biden,
He's trying
you
to
have
win
said
the
something
election
like
tonight.
you
I
said.
was standing on
Well,
business.
you want to respond? Go ahead. I'll give you a minute to respond.
Your son smokes a
The
lot of crack,
idea
bangs a lot of
If
whores.
I did anything wrong relative to what you're talking about is outrageous. It's simply a lie, number one. Number two, the idea that you have a right to seek retribution against any American
No, you're
just
on number
because you're
two
president
still.
is wrong. It's simply wrong. No president's ever spoken like that before. No president in our history has spoken like that before. Number three, the crimes that you are still charged with, and think of all the civil penalties you have. How many billions of dollars do you owe in civil penalties for molesting a woman in public, for doing a whole range of things?
That bitch is
Of having sex
insane.
with a porn star
Crack
on the
whore,
night while your wife was pregnant. I mean, what are you talking about? You have the morals of an alley cat.
Come on. Come on,
Give me a
man.
minute, sir.
I didn't have sex with a porn star, number one. Number two, that was a case that was started.
Kind of
and moved. They moved
I wish
it.
you did have sex with a
High-ranking
porn star. You
official
did have
at
sex
DOJ
with a
I liked
went to
it
the
when
Manhattan
you did.
DA's office to start that case. That case is going to be appealed and won. We had a very terrible judge, a horrible judge, Democrat. The prosecutor were all
Getting the right
high-ranking
judge is
Democrats,
everything in the
appointed
case,
people,
right, Rob?
and both the civil and
It's
the
called
criminal.
venue shopping.
He
It's a
basically
thing.
went after his political opponent because he thought it was going to damage me. But when the public found out about these cases, because they understand it better than he does, he has no idea what these cases are. But when they
Two
found
hands,
out about
two
these
hands.
cases, you know what he did?
Two
My
hands.
phone
Moving
numbers
around,
went up
yep.
way up. You know that because you're reporting it. And we took in more money in the last 2 weeks than we've ever taken in the history of any campaign. I don't think any campaign has ever taken.
Trump's timeline
Hundreds
is way
of
off.
millions
Like,
of dollars
2
came pouring
weeks,
in
2
because
days,
the
like,
public
he's
knows
just like,
it's a
it's happening.
scam,
Fuck
and
it.
it's a guy that's after his political opponent because he can't win
It
fair
was
and
the
square.
summer of
Thank you,
love.
President Trump. President Biden, you have said, quote, Donald Trump and his MAGA Republicans are determined to destroy American democracy. Do you believe that the tens of millions of Americans who are likely to vote for
Bina
President
be
Trump
knowing.
will be voting against American democracy?
He is a mouth
The
breather.
more
I've been
they know
noticing that
about
too. I
what
haven't
he's
said
done,
anything.
yes.
Yeah,
The
he
more they
definitely
know
is.
about what he's done.
That's what I've been
And
saying.
there's a
He's
lot
a
more coming.
democracy,
He's got a lot of
guys.
cases down the road coming out.
Uh,
He's got a whole
Democracy.
range of
He said
issues
democracy.
He has to face. I don't know what the jury
He
will
said
do,
democracy.
but I do know he has
Nah,
no problem.
Sam, we are not
And
cheap
so the
dates
fact
out
that
here. Sorry.
could you ever
No,
think you heard any president
we're
say
getting so
that
drunk
I'm going
tonight.
to seek retribution?
I'm getting
You ever hear any
fucked up.
president say that I thought
Sam's
Hitler
coming
had
down
some
to
good
Pensacola
ideas?
for
What
July
got me
4th.
involved to run the first place after my son had died, I
Guess who's coming
decided
up to Pensacola
in
for
Iraq
July
because
4th
of
now?
Iraq. I said I wasn't going to run again.
Come on.
Until I saw what happened in Charlottesville, Virginia. People coming out of the woods carrying swastikas,
Buckle
torches,
up, buckaroo.
torches, and singing the same anti-Semitic bile they sang when back in Germany. And the young woman got killed. I spoke to the mother, and they asked
You
him. They
didn't
said,
speak this shit,
"What
Joe.
do you
Shut the
think of
fuck
those
up."
people? The people the ones who got killed, the one who tried to stop it, and the ones he said, I think they're fine people on both sides." What American president would ever say Nazis coming out of fields carrying
don't talk
torches,
to her,
singing
Shannon. What are
the
you
same
talking about?
anti-Semitic bile,
That's his
carrying
doctor.
swastikas?
That's why he's doing so
They're
well.
fine people. This is the guy who says Hitler's done some good things. I'd like
Not
to know
a
what
real
they
doctor.
are. The good
Chris,
things
if you're
Hitler's
drinking
done,
old
that's what he
fashions,
said.
bro, you are
This guy
wasted
has
by
no
now.
sense of American democracy.
I don't
President
know.
Trump.
Are they
Jake,
are
both
they
of you
old
know that
fashions
story
or
has been
regular old
totally
fashions?
wiped out because when you see the sentence, it said 100% exoneration on that. So he just keeps it going. He says he ran because of Charlottesville. He didn't run because of Charlottesville.
he moving
He
them
ran
mother-
because it was his
God
last
damn it.
chance. He's not equipped to be president. You know it, and I know
Damn,
it. It's
Drake, he's
ridiculous.
moving-
We have a
he's
debate.
moving the fuck
We're
out of
trying
his
to
hands.
justify his presidency. His
Look
presidency.
at them things
he's
going.
without question, the worst.
The accordion
president-
hands
the
are
worst
out.
presidency
This man
in the
is
history of our
conducting a
country.
fucking
We
symphony
shouldn't be
right
having
now.
a debate about it. There's nothing to debate. He
Hey,
made
Mitch,
up the
you better
Charlottesville
start
story,
smoking
and you'll
more,
see
dude. I
it's
haven't seen you
debunked all over the
doing
place.
nothing.
Yeah,
Every
come back,
anchor,
dude.
God,
every
Mitch has
reasonable
left. He's
anchor
left the boat.
has
He's
debunked
scared
it.
now.
And just the
Mitch
other day,
hasn't
it
said a
came
word
out
in a
where it
while.
was
Maybe
fully
he has been
debunked.
keeping up.
It's a nonsense story. He knows
Sam
that, and he
Smash,
didn't run
we're
because of
He
Charlottesville.
could just
he
be
used that
on
as
the
an
floor. We
excuse to
didn't
run.
realize.
President Biden.
Debunked.
Mitch
No,
on
he's
board.
getting a
All
funnel.
you have to do is listen to what was said at the time.
to get all of
The
it in.
idea that
He's gonna
somehow
butt
that's
plug
the
in, is
reason
what
I
you're saying,
ran.
Leighton?
I ran because I was worried a guy like this guy could get elected.
wait.
If he thought they were good people coming out of that forest, carrying those woods, carrying those torches, then he didn't deserve to be president.
What?
Didn't deserve to be president at all.
He's talking
the
about
idea
Charlottesville.
that he's talking about
They were coming
all
out
this
of the
being
forest like they
fabricated.
were gnomes
We saw it
going
on
to their
We
mine.
saw what happened on January 6th. We saw the people breaking through the windows. We saw people occupying their
Corn
his
Pop,
own vice
confirmed.
president. Look, there's a reason why.
Hey, Corn Pop,
40
is this
of
a
his
real
40
childhood
top
story?
cabinet
I need you to
officers
say
and
yes or
serious
no.
endorsing this time.
Oh my
Hey,
Vice
shout out to my
President
favorite.
endorsing this time.
Shout out to my favorite
So why?
psychopath in the
Why?
chat,
They know him
Lorenzo.
well. They service
Oh, yeah?
him. Why are they not endorsing him?
Thank you, President
Yeah.
Biden. We're going to be right back with more from the CNN presidential debate.
Oh, commercial break.
Commercial break. We
8 minutes
survived.
and
We
then we
made
get a
it.
fucking
Are you
commercial
kidding
break.
me?
All right,
Wow, dude.
mute that shit. Bro,
Crazy.
I'm sloshed. These drinking games.
Really?
Really?
I am
You're
so
down
glad
for
I'm not
what?
trying to keep up with that shit.
Hey,
Holy
dude,
crap.
This is going to be an epic night. If you're watching now, we got a lot of live viewers. Like and subscribe to the YouTube. We're trying to get to 500 before 100. That's our 100th episode coming up. I'm slurring like Joe Biden.
That's
This
right.
is what we do every Tuesday night.
Because why not?
Yeah, and again, if this stream goes down, which it looks like it's going strong, but if it
No,
does
it's
go
good.
down, we're on Rumble and X as well.
Yeah. Definitely X is the place to be. We got over 330 people watching on X right now. And we got a bunch
And-
more on YouTube and Twitch.
And
And
Tim,
I just sent
Tim-
a link to a very special guest, and we'll see if they show up.
Awesome.
Oh,
shit.
Hey, if you send it to the Libertarian presidential candidate, that'd be pretty cool if we could have him on. But I will. say,
he's live tweeting right now. Let's go.
yeah,
back.
try and get him on. Let's get Chase to talk about this. But I will say we have a lot of friends of the show in the chat, but we do have a lot of libertarian candidates in the chat. We have Joe Hanu. Manouche, Matt Johnson,
Johnson.
Johnson. Yeah, we have Fina Binoan in the chat, and all of those are running. All of those people are running for office in Florida. So I just want to plug you guys. You guys are definitely doing the Lord's work.
Rob wants to plug you.
Yeah, I do want to plug, especially Matt Johnson. I know he has plugs already, for sure, personally, and also our very own Josh. Plug your shit, dude. You're running for office.
I mean, I clearly got plugs too. I got plugs for days. I got Dipsy do's, Dipsy don'ts. I got things to make your dick hard, things to make your dick soft. Whatever you need. You just
with
gotta
or
let me
without
know.
the whisker biscuit.
With or without. With or without. Like, it's like going to a Philly fucking cheesesteak place. You want it with or without? Tell me what you need. Onions, peppers, I got them too. You
guys
meat?
probably
I
can't
got
vote.
meat.
You guys probably can't vote for any of these candidates, but you can send them a couple bucks, and that'll go a long
Hell
way.
yeah.
So.
Yeah, send him some money. I will say, I do comedy. Follow me here, Arvin's in comedy. I'll be in your state.
Why don't you do what I told you? Why don't you pull up Chase's tweets?
So
I don't know. You want me to?
I invited.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Okay.
I invited the impeccable Mr. Smith, so let's see if he shows up.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Joshua Smith?
Yeah.
The one and only.
It could be Dave, but it's Josh.
You damn well know which Smith it is. You know
All right,
Dave
if
don't
I'm-
love me that much.
Hey, if I'm sharing the right screen, then go ahead.
No, you're not.
All right.
I was gonna try to pull up because
There you go.
Chase's plan tonight was
There you
that
go.
he was going to live tweet while the debate was happening.
Hey, cut that music. Cut the
It's
music.
not been.
I can cut it. Yeah, go ahead. If I can cut it, there we go.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of a word to describe this live tweet feed that is not gonna get me.
This
Can
is
you zoom in?
That
Can you
wouldn't get
zoom
me
in?
kicked off Twitter.
This is the libertarian.
Are you saying that he should unalive himself?
Candidate?
No.
Kill yourself.
Okay.
Oh,
Just to be
excuse me, we're
clear.
on YouTube. Oof yourself.
Just
Is
to be
it
clear,
coming back? Oh, no.
I wish no harm
It might
upon
be.
Chase Oliver. He's a very nice man. He's
It's
just
coming
not
back.
not
I
a
didn't
very
have sex
good
with a porn
candidate.
star. World class discourse.
It's
on
coming
CNN.
back. It's coming back.
Oh, is it
second
coming back?
time.
All right.
President
back.
Biden,
We'll
while
try
the
again
black
next time.
unemployment dropped
All right.
to a record low
Didn't
under your
admit that having sex with a
presidency,
porn
black
star,
families
disappointed.
still earn far less than white families. Black mothers are still 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related
Biden's
causes,
facial expressions.
and black Americans are imprisoned at 5 times the rate of white Americans. What do you say to black voters who are disappointed that you haven't made more progress?
You
Yeah.
acknowledge you made a
Joe.
lot of progress, number one. The fact of the matter is there's more small black businesses that have been started than any time in history.
What about the big
Number
black
2,
businesses?
the wages of black
God,
unemployment.
he doesn't
is
care
the
about
lowest
big
level
black.
it's been in
The
a long,
BBBs,
long
dude.
time.
The
Number
BBBs.
3,
Dickie's last
providing
chat,
long-term
Tim.
providing housing for black
Who?
Americans. And
Dickie's
the
last
the
chat.
segregation that exists among these corporate.
Why do you make me pull this up? That was
I
savage.
didn't tell you to pull it up. I told you to
In
look
addition
at
to
it.
that, we find that the
I'm going with
impact
Biden for
on
1,000, Alex.
the,
Yeah,
the-
Biden.
Gotta be
choice
Biden.
on that
that
bet.
black families have to
It's
make
slow.
relative to child care.
There's only one
is
black person on
incredibly
this feed
difficult.
right now, and it's
When
me.
we did the first major piece of legislation in the past,
I mean,
was
white
able to
Negro,
reduce
hello.
black child care costs.
Big
quickly
black
in
companies
half.
buy
In half.
toothpaste.
You got to make sure.
toothless
White
paste.
Negro of Europe, remember
Gotta
Poland.
make sure because when
I
they
mean, the
provide that
23andMe
child
says
care
I'm North
protections,
African,
you
so I'm North
increase
African. I'm the only
economic
African on
growth
this
because more
chat.
people can be in the job
I'm going to
market.
talk over this because it's a
So,
terrible
there's
question.
more to be
I'm
done.
a
Yeah.
2%
Considerably more to be done.
African West
But
Band 2
we've done a
peoples.
great deal so far, and
Just
I'm
wanna
glad
let
to
you know.
openly know it.
Oh, my fellow
You have
Negro.
49
That means I
seconds
can say,
left. What do you say to black
You're not gonna
voters who
say
are
it, are you,
disappointed with
pussy?
the progress so far?
I say I
Say
don't
it.
blame them for being
Yeah.
disappointed. Inflation is
say
still
it.
hurting them badly.
There
For example,
we
I
are.
provided
There's
for
the tower coming
idea
back.
that any black family, first-time home buyer, should get a $10,000 tax credit to be able to buy their first home.
You better
So they can
finish
get
it.
started.
Don't do
And make
half a
sure that
tower.
the
Someone get in the
situation
chat and finish
all those
it.
black families and those black individuals
I'd like to
who
buy
provided
a
had to take
buy
out
a
student loans.
There it
Harrison,
goes.
That
oh
would
my
mean
God.
that if they were in
Harrison
Oh,
would
yeah.
like everyone in the chat to kill
and
themselves.
anything having to do with volunteerism. If they
Do it.
paid their bills for 10
Do
years.
it. Give me a
all the
KILLYOURSELF
rest of the
tower. Do it
And we're
right
gonna
now,
do a whole
Chad.
lot more.
Give me a gun.
Thank you, President Trump.
And he caused the inflation. He's blaming inflation, and he's right. It's been very bad. He caused the inflation, and it's killing black families and Hispanic families and just about everybody. It's killing people. They can't buy groceries anymore. They can't.
All of the
You look at the
Browns,
cost
all
of
of
food,
them.
where it's doubled, tripled,
Even
and
though we
quadrupled.
talked over Joe
they
Biden
can't
the whole
live.
time,
They're not living
Trump's got
anymore.
a better answer
He
than
caused
he
this
did.
inflation. I gave him a country with essentially no inflation.
Lie.
It was perfect. It was so good. All he had to do is leave it
That
alone.
inflation was
He
coming way up when
destroyed it
you were
with
out of
his
office,
Green
Scott.
New Scam
That
and
is
all of the
some
other,
bullshit.
all this money that's being thrown out the window. He caused inflation. As sure as you're sitting there, the fact is that his big kill on the black people is the millions of people that he's allowed to come in through the border. They're taking black jobs now, and it could be 18, it could
Damn,
be
you
19,
really
and
going
even
in,
20
like-
million people. They're taking black jobs, and they're taking Hispanic
Black
jobs, and
chickies
you
out
haven't
in
seen
the
it yet,
crowd.
but you're going to see something that's going to be
Hey, what's a
the
black
worst
job?
in our history.
Thank you, President Biden.
There was no
Dickie,
inflation
chill.
when I became president. You know why? The
Yeah,
economy is flat
I'm
on
running
its
for
back.
office, Rob. I can't answer that
15%
question.
unemployment. He decimated the economy, absolutely decimated the economy. That's why there was no inflation at the time. There were no jobs. We provided thousands of millions of jobs for
Y'all need to
individuals
chill, dude.
who were in all communities, including minority communities. We made sure that they had
Dickie's
health
going
insurance.
wild
we
in
have
the chat.
covered
Dude, Dickie
the
is
ACA has
is
increased.
wasted right
I
now.
made sure that there's $8,000 per person in a family to get written off for health care. But this guy wants to eliminate that. They tried 50 times.
Shannon's
He
right,
wants to
though.
get rid of
Nobody
the
wants
ACA
those
again.
jobs.
And they're going to try again if they win. You find ourselves in a position where the idea that we're not doing any, we put
If
more
we hit
police on the street
420
than
live
any
viewers,
administration has.
we're
He wants to
drinking
cut the cops.
for 2
We're
minutes. I
providing
don't know, for a lot.
equity and making sure people have a shot to make it. There's a lot going on. But in inflation, he caused it by his tremendous malfeasance in the way he handled the pandemic.
Thank you.
Glitch.
Another persistent challenge is the climate crisis. 2023 was the hottest year in recorded history, and communities across the country are confronting the devastating effects of extreme heat,
Fucking real, Matt.
intensifying wildfires,
Chat sucks
stronger
at towers.
hurricanes,
Fuck all
and
of you.
rising sea levels.
Yeah, Matt.
Former
Hey, I
President
got-
Trump, you've vowed to end your opponent's
Yeah, it was
climate
worst
initiatives,
powers
but
ever.
will you take
Matt,
any
you're running for
action
public
Really
office.
is
Get the
great.
fuck
to
out of this
slow the
chat.
climate crisis?
Let me just go back to what he said about
We
the
gave you
police.
money, Matt. Calm the fuck
Close
down.
the police are to him. Almost every police group in the nation from every
This
state
just shows how
is
Rob isn't
supporting
my friend. He's not
Donald
trying to
J.
kick
Trump.
me out of this.
Almost
fucking
every
feed.
police
Yeah, I
state.
know. I'm running for
And what he's
office
done to
too.
the
I'm
black
on here, man.
population.
Are you
I
guys
plugged
voting?
Josh.
Including the fact that
I
for
plugged
10 years
Josh.
he
I
called
plugged
them
all the
super
Florida
predators. We can't,
candidates.
in the 1990s, we
Are
can't
you
do
guys?
that.
Are you guys following?
This was his name.
Yeah, listen.
And he called it to him for 10, and they've taken great offense at it, and now they see it happening. But when they see what I did for criminal justice reform and for the historically black colleges and universities, where I funded them and got them all funded, and the opportunity zones with Tim.
I
as
want
you
him
know,
to
Tim
take the
Scott was
opportunity to bring up
incredible. He
that
did
he's a
great
felon,
job.
like all the
Great
black
senator
people
from
voting
South
for him.
Carolina.
That'd be
He came to
amazing.
me with the
It
idea,
would
and it
be.
was a great idea. It's one of the most successful economic
Be
development
brave,
acts
Trump. Say it.
ever in the country. Opportunity zones, and the biggest
Say it, if you don't vote
beneficiary
for
are
me, you're
blacks,
not
and
black.
that's why we have the best numbers with them in maybe ever. They're saying ever. I read this morning where
They're saying-
ever the best numbers.
I feel like
He's
that
lost
constitutes many
much
people
of the
are
black
saying.
population.
I think that's a dream.
I love you
Because
too,
he's done
Lorenzo.
a horrible job for black people. He's also done a horrible job for Hispanics. But wait till you see these millions of people
Black's
pouring into our
horrible.
country, and they're going
Brown's
to take the jobs.
horrible.
And it's already started, and you haven't seen anything yet. It's a disaster.
You 38 seconds left, President Trump. Will you take any action as president to slow the climate crisis?
So I want absolutely
Oh, fuck.
immaculate clean water, and I want absolutely clean air, and we had it. We had H2O. We had the best numbers ever, and we were using
What
all forms of
is
energy,
this?
all forms, everything, and yet
This is
during
actually
my
how
4
we
years,
decide the
I had
leader of our
best
fucking
environmental
country.
numbers.
They just stand on stage and make shit up.
Statistics just before I walked on the stage.
Cleanest
Actually.
water, no lead in there.
And that's what I call high quality
The
H2O.
idea that anything he said is true. I've passed the
People
most
love me. We had the best water.
extensive climate change legislation in history.
Greatest water
In
of all
history.
time.
We find ourselves, and by the way, black colleges I came up with $50
gave
billion
Clean
for
one of the black
HBCUs,
colleges.
historic black universities and colleges, because they don't have those. They don't have the kind of contributors that they have to build these laboratories and the like. Any black student is capable in college of doing any white student can do. They just have the money. But now they'll be able to get those
What was that?
jobs in high tech.
Poor people are just as straight as white people.
That's racist. Claiming
Poor people are
to
just
have
as
done
good as white people,
something
Tim.
that had the cleanest water. The
He
cleanest
just
water.
did it. He just
Didn't
did
do
it
a damn
again.
thing for the environment.
did
The
Joe
Paris
Biden.
Peace Accord, Climate Accord.
I
I
want
immediately joined it because if we
Right
reach
on, Corp.
1.5 degrees Celsius at any one point, there's no way back. The only existential threat to humanity is climate change, and he didn't do a damn thing about it. He wants to undo all that I've done.
The Paris Accord was going to cost us $1 trillion, and China nothing, and Russia nothing, and India nothing.
Drink.
It was a ripoff of the United States.
God damn.
And I ended it because I didn't want to waste that money because they treat us horribly. We were the only ones. It was costing us money.
us
Nobody else was
horrible.
paying into
Man,
it.
that-
and it
that's
was
a
it was
genius fucking
disaster.
comment.
But everything that he said just now, I'll give
Mari
you an
in the
example. I heard him
chat.
say
That's
before
funny.
insulin. I'm the one that got the insulin
This is
down
Zoom-
for the seniors.
Zoomer Trump.
I took care of the seniors. What he's doing is destroying all of our medical programs because the migrants coming in, they want everybody. And look, I have the biggest heart on the stage. I guarantee
He's
you
got
that.
the biggest heart
And I
on
wanna take care of
stage.
people.
That's what
But
I
you're
want.
destroying our
Hardest
country.
man in the
They're
chat.
taking over our schools, our hospitals, and they're going to be taking over Social Security. He is destroying Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid.
Good.
Trump is
The
all in
idea
for
is that
seniors.
we, in fact, we were the only ones of consequence who were not members of the Paris Accord. How can we do anything if we're not able to, the United States can't get its
Paris Accord is
under control?
trash,
One of
Biden.
the largest
So we make a
polluters in the
toothless
world.
agreement that
Number
means
one.
nothing?
We're
Okay.
making significant progress. By 2035, we
The
will have
epitome of virtue
pollution in
signal.
half.
You know what we should do with the Paris Accord?
We've made significant progress. And we're continuing to make progress. We set up a climate corps for thousands of young people will learn how to deal with them, just like Peace Corps. And we're moving in directions that are going to significantly change the elements of cause of pollution. But the idea that he claims that he has the biggest heart up here and he's really concerned about
No, he said the
about
biggest heart on. Pay
pollution
attention.
and about climate, I've not seen any indication
you're
of
on
that.
too,
And
Biden.
by the way, with regard to prescription drugs, one company agreed that they would reduce the price to $35, which I was calling for, one, voluntarily. I made sure every company in the world, every pharmaceutical company, cannot have to pay.
Thank you.
And by the way,
So every day, millions of Americans
by the
struggle
way,
just
he
to make
didn't
ends
finish his
meet.
thought.
For many
That's a
older
drink.
Americans,
He
Social
started his sentence,
Security
didn't finish
provides a
his thought.
critical lifeline.
Frank.
President Biden,
And
if
by the way,
nothing is
what?
done to Social Security, seniors
This is
will
like
see their
number 4 or
benefits
5. I
cut
don't even know.
in just over 10 years. Will you name tonight one specific step that you're willing to take to keep Social Security solvent?
yes, make the very wealthy begin to pay their fair share. Right now, everybody making under $170,000 pays 6%
Fuck you,
of their
Joe.
income, of their paycheck.
Come at me,
Every
Dickie.
single time they get a paycheck.
can't tell us
the
to
first
drink
one
if
they
you
get
can't spell
when
it.
they're 18 years
UFC
old.
303,
The idea that they're
302
going to, I'm
this
not,
Saturday.
I've been
Come at
proposing
me,
that
Dick.
everybody,
What
they
was
pay,
that, Rob?
the millionaires pay 1%. 1%. So no one after,
Bring it, Dickie.
I would not raise the
go.
cost of Social Security for anybody.
me and the
under
swamp versus the
$400,000
Tower
after that
Gang,
begin
dude.
to make the wealthy
Y'all are falling
begin to pay
apart
their fair
over
share
there.
by increasing from 1%
Don't
beyond.
put me
to
in
be
the
able to
middle between
guarantee
you
the full
two.
benefit
God
of
damn it.
So you still have 82 seconds left. Are there any other measures that you think that would be able to help keep Social Security solvent, or is
82
that
seconds,
one
fuck.
enough?
Well, no, that one enough will keep it solvent. But the biggest thing I'll do if we defeat this man, because he
Do
wants
it now,
to get rid of
bitch.
Social Security. He thinks there's plenty to cut in Social Security. He's wanting to cut Social Security and Medicare.
Man,
both
it's
times.
funny how they
And
just
that's what- and if you
lie
look at
about the
program
ability to
put forward
fund
by
Social Security.
The House
Like
Republican
both of them,
caucus,
both of them
that
are going to
he's
do
got
this all
support,
debate where they're
is
just
in
like,
fact
"Oh, I have
want
this
to cut
plan,"
it as
and
well.
you actually do the math,
idea
and it's
that
like a
we don't
thousandth
need
of
to
the
protect our seniors is
income that they would
ridiculous.
need to actually
We
do
put-
it.
we-
And it's
by
a
the
fight
way,
against us and our
American
like
public
parents and
has greater
grandparents. Social
healthcare
Security,
coverage today
right?
than
Like
ever
they want to
before.
keep it. We're like,
And on
we're
day
not
C,
going to
as I
get it.
said, you're in
It's a terrible
circumstance
federal
where
program.
400,000 people,
to end.
40 million people would not have insurance because
was
of a
Mara.
pre-existing condition. Only thing that allows them to have that insurance is the fact that they, in fact, are part
Right,
of the
Rob?
ACA.
It was Mara.
And by the way, the other thing
was?
is we're in a
No, no, no.
situation where we talk
Who's the
about
toad?
education for black
Who's the
communities.
toad?
I
Toad of our
raised
team?
the amount of money for Pell Grants,
Toad and
another
SwampCast.
$8,000. So
feel
anybody
like
making under
it's now
$70,000 a year.
Yeah.
getting
Whoa.
Yeah.
$15,000 towards
And you
the
know what?
tuition. It's,
No, it's
he
Mitch.
just doesn't know what he's
Who's
talking
yeah?
about.
Who's one of you guys bully?
So I've
Because
dealt with
Mitch is too
politicians
skinny to be
all my
tough.
life.
I'm
I've
not
been on
so
this
sure
side
you're-
of the
I'm too
equation
skinny.
for the
Plus,
last
that's just
8
I'm not
years.
the same enigma that is.
I've never
Toad.
seen anybody
I think it's
lie.
just
Nick,
fucking.
you
I
need to
think
watch
it's
out.
just.
You're
I've
so
seen
great.
it.
You're
I'll
so
take-
fucking-
I'll take
some of
Toad
the other
isn't
things
even
we
really
did.
Toad.
And we
I
mentioned
think it's
the
just
laptop,
fucking
we
great
mentioned
that no
Russia,
one wants
Russia,
to be
Russia,
Toad.
Ukraine.
Mitch is
Everything
definitely
he
not
does
Toad. Mitch
is a
can get
lie.
bitches.
It's misinformation and
Real.
disinformation.
Real.
I also
the
get-
losers
I
and
also get
sucker
bitches,
story that he
though. Like,
made
I'm
up
not
is a
Yeah,
total
Rocket-
lie.
Yeah,
in the
yeah, that's why
military.
it's like
It's
Your
a
stepsister
disgrace.
doesn't
That's
count.
Mara really was our
He's
Toad.
My
destroying
stepsister
it
does
because
count.
millions of people are pouring into our country, and they're putting them onto Social Security. They're putting them onto Medicare, Medicaid. They're putting them in our hospitals. They're taking the
Hey,
place
we broke
of our
420.
citizens.
Drink.
What they're doing to the VA, to our
Coke,
veterans,
Mitch.
is
The next
unbelievable.
seventh
Veterans are living in
swamp
the streets,
creature will
and
be
these
our
people
Put your
are
Toad.
living
fucking
in
Coke
luxury
down.
hotels.
Mitch, put your fucking
He
Coke.
doesn't know
No,
what he's
don't even
doing.
drink
Wait,
that Coke.
Mitch.
It's
Mitch,
really coming
take
back.
a toke.
I've never seen such
420.
anger
I got a
in our
dab
country
ring.
before.
President Biden.
Big one, big one, big one, big one, big one.
Taken care of. I told you before. By the way, when I said suckers and losers, he said
He did not inhale
acknowledged
like Bill
after that he
Clinton. He did not
fired that
inhale.
general.
Look at
That
that.
general
Leighton?
got fired
Leighton, take a big old
because
dab.
he's the one
dude.
that
Take a
acknowledged
big old
it.
dab.
That's what he said. He was the one standing with Trump when he said it. Number one.
I
Number
love this
two,
camera,
the
too, 'cause
idea
it-
that we're
it,
going to be in a
has
situation
Yo,
where
he's got
all
the
that good
all
shit.
these millions
Panama
and
City
millions,
Bay
everybody talks about
Libertarians
it,
hat on right now.
illegal
Look at
aliens
that.
are coming
He
into
does,
the
yeah.
country
Yeah, they were staying
and
in the
taking away our
chat, so I went and
jobs.
grabbed it off
There's
my
a reason
shelf.
why
Fuck
we have
yeah.
the fastest
I gotta
growing
say, I'm
economy in
amazed
the world.
Biden is still
The reason
going.
why we have the most successful economy in the world.
Oh, they got, dude, they
We're
got him
doing
worked
better
up.
than any other nation
he's
in the
on.
world. And by the way, those 15 Nobel laureates he talked about being phony, those 15 Nobel laureates, economists, they all said that if Trump is reelected, we're likely to have a recession. And
We're gonna have one either way, dumbass.
And by the way, worst president in history, 159 presidential scholars voted to him the worst president in the history of the United States of America.
President Biden, thank you so much. Let's turn to the cost of child care, which many American families struggle to afford.
you
President
haven't been
Trump,
playing
both
the-
you and
you
President
haven't been
Biden
playing the game,
have
Dickie.
tried to
Trump's
address
That
this
means
issue.
Dickie's
The
doing
average
this in
cost of
chat
childcare
while
in this country
sober.
has risen to more than $11,000 a year per child. For many families, the cost of
Dickie,
child care for 2 children is
do a
more
better
than
job
their
when you're
rent. In your second term, what would you do to make child care more affordable?
Just to go back,
You would
the
lower the
general got
prices
fired
of
because he was no good. And if he said that, that's why he made it up. But we have 19 people that said I didn't say it, and they're very highly respected, much more so than him. The other thing is, he doesn't fire people.
Roasted.
He never fired people. I've never seen him fire anybody. I did fire a lot. I fired Comey because he was no good. I fired a lot of the top people at the FBI, drained the swamp. They were no good. Not easy to fire people.
That's a
You pay
booger,
price
Leighton.
for
That's
it,
a good
But they
booger.
were no good. I inherited these people. I didn't put them there. I didn't put Comey there. He was no good. I fired him. This guy hasn't fired anybody. He never fires. He should have fired every military man that
Jen
was
Psaki.
involved with that Afghan.
right?
The
I
Afghanistan.
think Jen Psaki actually stepped
Power
down because
show,
she was actually
the most
tired of that.
embarrassing
And then,
moment in the history of our
Jean-Pierre
country.
stepped
He didn't
up.
fire. Did you fire anybody? Did you fire anybody that's on the border that's allowed us to have the worst border in the history of the world? Did anybody get fired for allowing
This Jordan
18
is
million
trying to
people?
get us
Many
fucked
from
up,
prisons,
This
many
guy.
from
This
guy.
mental
It's okay.
institutions. Did you fire anybody that allowed our country to be destroyed? Joe,
These
our
people,
country is being
horrible
destroyed
people.
as you
These
and I sit
people-
up here and waste a lot of time
tell
on this
me you didn't
debate.
fire anybody?
This shouldn't be a debate. He is
Good
the worst
people on both
president.
sides,
He just
also
said about me
horrible
because I
people.
said it.
Dickie's gonna say it
but look,
first.
He's the worst president in the history of our country.
Dickie's
He's
saying a lot of
destroyed our
things in the
country.
chat first.
Now all
Wait,
of a
wait,
sudden
wait.
he's trying to get a little tough on the border. He came out with a nothing deal, and it reduced it a little bit, like this much.
Just
It's
a little bit.
insignificant.
Just a
He
little
wants
bit.
open borders. He wants our country to either be destroyed or he wants to pick up those people as voters. And I don't think
Trump
we,
had the
we just
best
can't let it
press
happen.
secretary you've
If
ever
he
seen. Yeah,
wins this
yeah,
election,
she was
Trump's
a
this
blonde
country
with tits.
doesn't have a chance.
I mean, come on.
Not even a chance.
But she
of
also
coming
like
out of
handled
this
her
rut.
business. She wasn't a dumb
probably
blonde.
won't
She
have a
was like,
country
Yeah.
left anymore.
She
That's
was
how bad
standing
it
on
is. He's the
fuck
worst
off.
in
He
history.
knew what he
by
was
far.
doing.
Thank you, President Trump. President Biden?
We're
You're
the
very
most
hot. I would
admired
fuck
country in the
you
world.
if you weren't my
We're
press
the United
secretary. If you
States of
weren't, I
America.
would fuck you. But
There's
you
nothing
were
beyond
my
our
press
capacity.
secretary, so I
We have
won't
the
fuck you.
finest military in the history of the world. The finest in the history of the world.
What looks
No
like
one
a
thinks we're
Kenyan
weak.
troll doll.
No one wants to screw around with us. Nobody. Number one.
Joe
Number
Biden
two, the
robot's really
idea
doing a great
that
job
we're
tonight.
talking about worst presidents.
Joe Biden
I wasn't
is
joking.
sticking with it.
Look it up. Go online.
All the Adderall.
159 or 58, don't hold me the exact
full
number.
Joe Biden, like
Presidential
Darth Brandon
historians.
mode.
They've had meetings and they voted who's the worst president in American history. One through best to worst. They said he was the worst in all of American history. That's a fact. That's not conjecture. He
gay
can argue the
historian
wrong, but
said
that's what they
something
voted.
that agreed with
the
me.
idea that he is doing anything to deal with child care. He did for virtually nothing to child care.
God damn it,
We should significantly increase the child care tax credit. We should significantly increase the availability of women and men or single parents to be able to go back
Women
to
and
work.
men and
we should
women
encourage
with
businesses
penises.
to hold.
Whoever
have
you
Thank you,
call,
President
women
Biden.
or
President
men.
Trump, the question was about what would you do to make child care more affordable, if you want to take your minute.
Just so you understand,
That doesn't make
we
sense.
have polling, we have other things that they rate him the worst because what he's done is so bad. And they rate me, I'll show you, I will show you.
They
And
rate
they rate
me?
me one of the best, okay? And if I'm given another 4 years, I will be the best. I think I'll be the best. Nobody's ever created an economy
I think he
like
said
us.
rate-
Nobody ever
rate-
cut taxes like
rates
us.
me, but he did
He's
say
the only one I
rape.
know. He wants to raise your taxes
I
by
heard rape.
4 times.
I heard rape as
He
well.
wants to raise everybody's taxes
And they
by
raped
4
me.
times. He wants the Trump tax
They
cuts
raped
to
me.
expire. So everybody,
Many-
including
many
the two
people
of you,
know
are gonna
about
pay
the
4 to
rape.
5 times. Nobody ever heard of this before.
They were raped
All
was
my life,
horrible.
I'd grow up and I'd see
got
politicians talking
I
about
said,
cutting
ow.
taxes.
They kept
When we
going.
cut taxes, as I said, we did more business.
I said
Apple
no.
and all these
Nolan,
companies,
but
they
I
were
was 12
bringing
shots deep,
money
so I
back into
couldn't-
our country. The worst president in history by far, and everybody knows it.
President Biden?
Everybody,
Well, fact of the matter
everybody
is,
knows
he's
it. That's
dead
a
wrong
truth.
about it. He's increased the tariff. He will increase the taxes on middle class.
Woodrow
people.
Wilson never
I
gets
said
the
I'd never
credit
raise the
he
taxes on
deserves.
anybody that makes
This is not
less
the
than
time for a
$20,000.
diatribe.
I didn't. This tariff is 10% tariffs. Everything coming in the country, you know what the economists say?
No
That's going to
diatribe,
cost
just
the
that one
average American
sentence.
Okay. It usually leads to
$2,500
more.
a year more because they're going to
Nope,
have to
just
pay the
Woodrow
difference
Wilson
in
deserves
food
credit being the worst.
and all the things that are
I
very
agree.
important. Number
I
two,
drink,
he's in a
motherfucker.
situation where he talks about how he has not raised, he somehow helped the middle class. Middle class have been devastated by you. Now you want a new tax cut of $5 trillion over the next 10 years, which is going to fundamentally bankrupt the country. You had the largest
Much
deficit of
longer,
any
Lisa.
president in American history. Number one. Number
Late-
two, you have
45
not, in
minutes.
fact,
Battle
made
to have
any
it.
contact, any,
And just
any,
now
any
said
progress
something, and he
with
said,
China.
I'm absolutely.
We are the lowest trade deficit with China since 2010.
Thank you,
We're at the
President
highest.
Biden.
You lost
Thank you, President Biden. Let's discuss an epidemic impacting millions
say
of
thank you,
Americans
President
that both
Butt?
of you have made a top priority in your first term, the opioid crisis. And for both of you, the number of overdose deaths in this country has gone up. Under your term, it went up. Under your term, it has gone up. Former President Trump, despite
Biden
the efforts
tweeted
that
an
both
hour
of you
ago.
have made, more than 100,000 Americans are dying from overdoses every year, primarily from fentanyl and other opioids. What will you do to help Americans
border,
right now
the
in
border.
the throes of addiction
Build the
who are
wall is a
struggling
drink.
to get the treatment they need?
Build the wall.
To finish up, we
didn't
now
say
have
it.
the largest deficit in the history of our country under this guy. We have the largest deficit with China. He gets paid by China. He's a Manchurian
fucking
candidate.
face
He gets
Biden's
money from
making
China.
during
He does
We
get
have-
paid
so I
by
think
China.
he's afraid to deal with it or something.
He
But
said
you notice
China
he
again,
never
by the
took
way.
out my tariffs because we bring in so much money with the
Chat,
tariffs
drink,
that I imposed
you
on
bunch of
China.
bitches.
He never took them
China.
away. He can't because it's too
China.
much money. It's tremendous. And we saved our steel industries, and there was more to come, but he hasn't done that. But he hasn't cut the tariffs because he can't, because it's too much money. But
I'm
he's got
also
the
surprised
largest
they haven't brought up
deficit
Taiwan.
in the history of our country, and he's got the
History
worst
of our
the worst situation with China. China's going to own us if you keep allowing them to do what they're doing to us as a country.
You can't say
They are
cunt.
killing us
You
as
can't
a
say
country,
cunt
Joe,
live on
and you
the-
can't let that
People
happen.
are
You're
watching this with
destroying
their
our country.
kids. And their
So,
dogs.
President Trump, you have 67
They gonna
seconds
learn
left.
today.
The question
They
was,
gonna
what are you going to do to
learn.
help Americans in the throes of addiction right now who are struggling to get the treatment they need?
Jake, we were doing very well at addiction
Jake,
until the COVID
Jake
came
Tapper, we're
along.
doing very
We had
well.
the 2.5, almost 3 years of like nobody's ever had before any country.
Man, there's
in
already
every
good
way.
memes of Biden's stupid
And then
face,
we had
though.
to get tough.
I guess that's
and
one
it was
positive.
the
those
drugs
are gonna
flowing
be
across the
bad.
border.
Pretty
were
stank, dude.
it started to increase. We got great equipment. We bought the certain dog. That's the most incredible thing that you've ever seen. The way they can spot dog. We did a lot, and we were getting very low numbers, very, very low numbers. Then he came along.
Speaking
the
of
numbers,
dogs.
have you seen the numbers now?
Yeah.
It's not only the 18 million people that I believe is even low because the gotaways, they don't even talk about gotaways, but the numbers of the amount of drugs and human trafficking in women
I'm gonna keep listening.
coming across our border. The worst thing I've ever seen.
Right.
At numbers that nobody's ever seen under him because the border's so bad. But the number of drugs coming across our border now is the largest we've ever had by far.
President Trump, thank you. President Biden?
Fentanyl and the byproducts of fentanyl went down for a while. And I wanted to make sure we use the machinery that can detect fentanyl, these big machines that roll over everything that comes across the border. And it costs a lot of money. That was part of this deal we put together, this bipartisan deal. More fentanyl machines, more be able to detect drugs, more numbers of agents, more numbers of all the people at the border. And when we had that deal done, he called his Republican colleagues, said, "Don't do it. It's going to hurt me politically." No, he never argued it's not a good bill. It's a really good bill. We need those machines. We need those machines. And we're coming down very hard in every country in Asia in terms of precursors for fentanyl. And Mexico is working with us to make sure they don't have the technology to be able to put it together. That's what we have to do. We need those machines.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump, and again, the question is about Americans in the throes of addiction right now, struggling to get the treatment they need.
Well, this does pertain to it. He ended Remain in Mexico. He ended catch and release. I made it catch and release in Mexico, not catch and release here. We had so many things that we had done, hard negotiations with Mexico, and I got it all for nothing. It's just like when you have a hostage. We always pay $6 billion for a hostage. Every time we say it's a hostage. Now we have a hostage, a Wall Street Journal reporter, I think a good guy, and he's over there because Putin is laughing at this guy, probably asking for billions of dollars for the reporter. I will have him out very quickly as soon as I take office. Before I take office, I said by literally as soon as I win the election, I will have that reporter out. He should have had him out a long time ago, but Putin's probably asking for billions and billions of dollars because this guy pays it every time. We had 2 cases where we paid $6 billion for 5 people. I got 58 people out, and I paid essentially nothing.
Thank you, President Trump. Dana?
Let's turn to concerns that voters have about each of you. President Biden, you would be 86 at the end of your second term.
86.
How do you address concerns about your capability to handle the toughest job in the world well into your 80s?
Well, first of all, I spent half my career being
Man, they haven't even mentioned
the youngest person in
Assange.
politics. I was the second youngest person
Not yet.
ever elected.
They don't
to
care.
the
That's
Senate.
not at
And
all.
now I'm the oldest.
Free
This
Ross.
guy's
Not
3
fair.
years younger and a lot less competent. I think that just look at the record. Look at what I've done. Look how I've turned around the horrible situation he left
Look what
me.
I've done. I've
As I
fallen off
said,
a bike.
15 million new jobs, 800,000 manufacturing
Done a lot of
jobs,
shit.
more investment in America, over billions of dollars in private investment
billions
in enterprises that we are growing. By the way, we brought an awful lot of people. Well, the whole idea of computer chips. We used to have 40% of the market. We invented those
Did he say
chips,
that?
and we lost it because he was sending people to find the cheapest jobs overseas and then bring home a product. So I went to South Korea. I convinced Samsung to invest billions of dollars here in the United States, and guess what? Those fabs they call that to build these chips.
Oh, yeah, he's gone
those
again.
fabs pay over $100,000. You don't need a college degree for them, and there's billions. About $40 billion already being invested and being built right now in the United States, creating significant jobs for Americans from all over the world.
President Biden, you have 40 seconds left. Would you like to add anything?
Yeah, I would. The idea that somehow we are this failing country. I never heard a president talk like this before. We're the envy of the world. Name me a single major country president who wouldn't trade places with the United States of America for all our problems
country's
and all
president?
our opportunities.
What?
We're the most progressive country in the world in getting things done. We're the strongest country in the world. We're a country in the world who keeps our word, and everybody trusts us. All of our allies and our those who he travels up to, from
You're
Kim
not wrong,
Jong-un, he
Kegel.
sends love letters to, and Putin, etc. They don't want to screw around with us.
Let's go,
Thank
Will.
you. Former
Welcome,
President Trump,
Will,
to
the
follow
stream.
up, you
Let's
would
go.
be 82 at the end of your second term. What do you say to voters who have concerns about your capabilities to serve?
Well, I took 2 tests, cognitive tests. I aced them, both of them, as you know. We made it public.
He's
He
laughing.
took none. I'd like to see him take one, just one. A real easy one. I go through the first 5 questions. He couldn't do it. But I took 2 cognitive tests. I took physical exams every year. And, you know, we knock on wood wherever we may have wood, that I'm in very good health.
Right
I just
here.
won
I got
2
wood
club
right here.
championships, not even senior. 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way. And I do it. He doesn't do it.
Look
He
at
can't
that
hit a ball
mouth,
50
though.
yards.
Trump
He challenged
golfs.
me to a
Trump
golf match.
golfs. Biden-
He
Biden
can't hit a
can't
ball
even
50
golf right
yards.
now, dude.
I think I'm in very good shape. I feel that I'm as in good a shape
Please
as
just
I was
ask Joe Biden to
25,
draw a
30 years ago.
clock.
Actually, I'm probably a little bit lighter, but I'm in as good a shape as I was years ago. I feel very good. I feel the same. But I was willing to take a cognitive test. And you know what? If I didn't do well, I aced them. Dr. Ronnie Jackson, who's a great guy when he was White House doctor.
Sounds
and then I
He's
took
black,
another one.
but
a
he's a
similar
great
one.
guy. He's black,
And
but
both,
he's a great
one
guy.
of them said they'd never seen anybody ace him.
Thank you.
I've never
President
seen
Biden?
anyone
You can
ace
see
this
he is
test.
6'5".
I've never
and only
seen anyone
225
ace a
pounds.
cognitive
Or
test,
235 pounds. Well, you said 6'4", 200. Well, anyway, that's what you're. Anyway, let's take a look at what he says he is.
He's
and
6'4",
take a look at what he is.
225 pounds.
Look, I'd be happy to have a driving contest with him. I got my handicap.
Oh, yeah?
Which when I was vice
Without
president,
Adderall,
down to a
Biden.
6. But by the way, I told you before.
What is
I'm happy to
happening
play
right
golf
now?
if you carry your own bag. Think you can do it?
That's the biggest lie that he's a 6 handicap of all.
I was.
That's the biggest lie.
Oh, we're gonna have a golf off.
You know how many-
Hey,
how-
golf
see
off
this
for the
way,
U.S.
I know you swear.
presidency.
Let's not act like children.
President Trump, we're going to
Twenty-one
take
Let's not act like children.
Let's fucking
Wow.
go.
concern
It's on.
that voters
It's
have about
on.
you. Will you pledge tonight that once all legal challenges have been exhausted, that you will accept the results of this election,
No.
regardless of who wins,
That's
and
super gay.
you will say right now that political violence in any form is unacceptable?
Well, I shouldn't have to say that, but of course I believe that. It's totally unacceptable. And if you would see my statements that I made on Twitter at
Gay.
the time, and also my statement that I made in the Rose Garden, you would say it's one of the strongest statements you've ever seen. In addition to the speech I made in front of, I believe, the largest crowd I've ever spoken to, and I will tell you, nobody ever talks about that. They talk about a relatively small number of people that went to the Capitol.
Mitch,
and
take
in
another
many
strong
cases were
puff for
ushered in by the
420
police.
viewers
and as
on
Nancy
X.
Pelosi said,
You gotta-
it was her
mine's frozen. You
responsibility,
gotta
not
puff
mine.
up,
Yes.
She said that loud and
You
clear.
are frozen.
But the answer
And you're
is,
frozen as fuck.
if the election is fair, free, and I
We
want
need
that
you to
more than anybody.
unfreeze and then puff
And I'll
up.
tell you
Another one
something.
I'm likely going to pass
I wish
out
he was a
under
great
my
president
table.
because
No,
I wouldn't
Leighton,
be here right
you
now.
take a
I'd
small
be
boogie.
at one of my many places
boogie.
enjoying
For the-
myself. I wouldn't be
highest
under indictment
amount
because
of
I wouldn't have
people
been his
we've had
political
view this
appointment,
podcast live.
opponent, because he indicted me because I was his opponent. I wish he was a great president. I would rather have that. I wouldn't be here. I don't mind being here. But the only reason I'm here is he's so bad as a president that I'm going to make America great again. We're going to make America great again. We're a failing nation right now. We're a seriously failing nation. And we're a failing nation because of him. His policies are so bad. His military policies are insane. They're insane. These are wars that will never end with him. He will drive us into World War III, and we're closer to World War III than anybody can imagine. We are very, very close to World War III, and he's
World
driving
War
us
III.
there. And Kim Jong-un and President Xi of China, Kim Jong-un of North Korea, all of these, Putin, they
Yeah,
don't
we know
respect
where-
him.
we know
They
where
don't
Kim
fear
Jong-un
him.
is, Trump.
They have nothing going with this gentleman, and he's going to drive us into World War III.
That's it, Leighton.
You want a World War III?
Not the whole thing,
Let
obviously.
him follow it and
Jesus
win, and let him
Christ,
say,
no,
do what you
you're
want,
trying-
NATO.
Let's try and
Just
hear
do
what
you
Biden's
want.
trying to say, though.
There's a thing called Article 5. An attack on one is an attack on all.
Dude, he is
Required
coked up. Look at his
response.
fucking eyes.
The idea. I can't think of a single major leader in the world who wouldn't trade places with the job I've done and what they've done. Because we are a powerful nation. We have wonderful people. It's because of the people, not me. It's because of the American people. They're capable of anything, and they step up when they're needed. And right now, we're needed. We're needed to protect the world because our own safety is at stake. And
No,
again,
no.
you want to have a war, just let Putin go ahead and take Kyiv, make sure they move on, see what happens in Poland, Hungary, and other places along
Let him
that
have it.
border.
He's not going to
Then you
Putin
have
or
a war.
Hungary, dude. You're fucking retarded.
President Trump, as I come back to you for a follow-up, the question was, will you accept the results of this election, regardless of who wins?
No.
Just to finish what he said, if I might, Russia, they took a lot of land from Bush. They took a lot of land from Obama and Biden.
I like Bush. You like Bush?
They took no
Who likes
land,
Bush?
nothing from Trump, nothing. He knew not to do it. He's not going to play games with me. He knew that. I got along with him very well, but he knew not to play games. He took nothing from me. But now he's going to take the whole thing from this man right here. That's a war that should have never started. It would have never started ever with me.
Yeah.
And he's going to take Ukraine.
Yeah.
And, you know, you asked me a question before, would you do this with? He's got us in such a bad position right now with Ukraine and Russia because Ukraine's not winning that war. He said, I will never settle until such time. They're running out of people. They're running out of soldiers. They've lost so many people. It's so sad. They've lost so many people, and they've lost those gorgeous cities with the golden domes that are 1,000 years old, all because of him and stupid decisions. Russia would have never attacked if I were
President Trump,
president.
the question was, will you accept
So
the
dumb.
results of the election,
They still
regardless of
asking
who
him,
wins?
dude.
Yes
They
or
won't
no,
give it
please.
up.
If it's a fair and legal and good election, absolutely. I would have much
Legal.
rather accepted
That's
these.
a good answer.
But the fraud and everything else was
He gets more time to
ridiculous.
talk
And if
if
you
he
want,
doesn't
we'll have a
answer.
news conference on it in a week, or we'll have another one of these in a week. But I will absolutely. There's nothing I'd rather do. It would be much easier for me to do that than I'm running again. I wasn't really going to run until I saw the horrible job he did. He's destroying our country.
You
I would
weren't
be
gonna
very
run?
happy to be
He was
someplace
totally
else, in
gonna
a
run. No
nice
one believes
location,
that.
someplace.
He was
And
totally
again,
believes that.
no indictments, no political opponent stuff, because it's the only way he thinks he can win. But unfortunately, it's driven up my numbers and driven them up to a very high level because the people understand
It's
it.
very high.
Well, let's see what your numbers
That's very
are
high.
when this election is over.
Not as high as me.
Let's see. You're a whiner. You lost the first time. You
You're a
continue
dog-faced
to
pony
appeal
soldier.
and appeal to courts all across the country. Not one single court in America said any of your claims had any merit, state or local. None.
Because it's a
But you
political
continue to
question
provoke
doctrine. Joe
this
Biden,
lie
they wouldn't
about
hear it.
somehow there's all this misrepresentation, all this stealing. There is no evidence of that at all. And I tell you what, I doubt whether you'll accept it because you're such a whiner. The idea, if you lose again, you accepting anything, you can't stand
Punch him in the
loss. Something
fucking
snapped in you when you
face.
lost the last time.
Punch him in the fucking face, Trump.
We'll be right back with more.
Bro.
of the
We'll be
CNN
right back.
presidential debate
They come back
live
after
from
the
Georgia.
break and they're just rolling around on the ground hitting each other.
Dude.
Dude, I want to point out, you know, I can't do it on this screen. Anyway, breaking points is, I wish, here, I'm going to send the link to Rob so you could pull it up.
Okay.
I was trying to go
On
around
the,
it.
on the Discord?
Yeah, I'll send it to you there. Yeah,
Alright.
so you can pull it up on your screen. I was trying to find like what's going on other people's channels. I was poaching, you know, poached meat tastes better and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Welcome
Yeah, for
back,
sure.
Orthodox more.
What?
Yeah,
Dude, they're just sitting on their fucking phones like a bunch of fucking pussies.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna show you.
Bunch
Yeah.
of fucking pussies. Do you want me to share
yeah,
that?
Yeah. Hit share. I'll pull it up. Yes.
Yeah, it's
I
still
cannot
fucked.
see you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, I got some stuff that needs doing. I gotta go. But thanks for having me on tonight. I'd love
Yeah,
to do it
dude.
again. That was
Yeah,
fun.
man.
We're
Appreciate
so
it.
sorry that you got canceled. And you know what? Maybe you should stop telling people to kill themselves on Twitter. That'd be.
You have to say unalive.
Yeah,
That's
They
all.
will
unalive. You have to
never.
stay unalive.
They will never stop me. But thank you.
Keep going in
Hell yeah.
Arizona, man.
All right.
Good job.
Hey, see you guys.
Adios.
See you, man. Yeah, so I just wanted to point out what Cuck's breaking points are being right now.
And,
They
and
are
here's
like-
the thing, Crystal and Sagar got in an argument this week too, and I watched that video. They were like had a little disagreement, and that's the thing about breaking points. It's not fucking based because they don't get to say. Well, I like Sagar. Crystal sucks ass. Crystal's
Yeah,
Crystal's
I'm with you there.
terrible, dude. Crystal is god awful. Sauger needs to just break off and do his own thing, and I bet he would do so much better. I get what they're trying to do.
Hey, Mitch is back.
I get what they're trying to do. It's like the whole thing there, left side, right side. But Sauger is so much better than Crystal. He would do way better. That's just my opinion.
Dude, Mitch is over here taking
No.
I understand.
Mitch, don't.
I understand.
No, don't eat that
that
gummy.
I missed some stuff.
No, you cannot eat the gummy because it takes forever, and the gummy will just benefit you because you're gonna sleep later. You're just gonna sleep later.
We made it very clear, and also my battery died. So while this is charging,
I'm just
No.
If
Charge
he
your
eats
shit
that
up.
Rob, quit being lame. I'm making up for what I
I'm not
missed when
being
I was
lame.
trying to fix everything.
Okay, take the gummy, but you also because that doesn't kick in for 30 minutes.
Do you want to let chat decide?
Yeah, Mitch
Well, he
should
already ate
have
the
to
gummy.
take a long toke.
He's
'cause the
all
gummy-
in on the gummy.
The gummy's not going to tick in until after the show, and you won't even see that unless you're in the Discord. So that's fine.
I might not even make it to the Discord.
But while we got you here on commercial break,
Pussy.
follow us. We need 500 subscribers before our 100th episode, guys, on YouTube. We get sponsors then. That's huge. That's huge for us.
Something like that.
like
Join the
that.
Discord.
There, Rob, will that help you sleep at night?
I don't.
Yeah, they
I
said
don't.
eat it,
I don't
Mitch,
sleep
take
at
the
night
gummy.
because I don't sleep at night.
Gummy Gummigate 2.0, except it takes 45 minutes to kick in. Fuck this week's shit.
Dude, that's what I was saying. I'm doing the mainline equivalent of what Mitch just did.
Layton
Dabs are
just
instantaneous.
took like 3 dabs straight to the head versus you. Tim, you can cut me out. I gotta go refill on some ice and drinks, and I'll be back in a second.
I'm not cutting you out, so just hurry up.
Damn it. Okay, well here.
You can
Who
turn
do,
off
who
your
do, who
camera
do
if
we
you don't
think's
want us-
winning? Do we think
Yeah.
anyone's winning at this point? Because Biden is kind of staying with it.
The swamp is winning.
I think Trump seems more coherent because Biden's definitely had moments.
You're
where he
muted, by the
stumbled
way,
over.
Josh. You might want to unmute yourself.
Trump-
Yeah,
Trump
definitely.
seems
did-
more
The
coherent.
swamp is definitely winning.
Yeah, Swamp's winning.
Well, yeah.
Trump nailed him on
We're
a
the
couple
swamp,
points.
baby.
Oh, we're back.
Oh, we're back.
Oh,
we're
we're
back.
back.
See, you should have hurried up. Yeah, I just told you.
Statements as predetermined by a coin toss. We're going to begin with you, President.
This is why I use
Biden. You have
earbuds,
2 minutes.
then I can walk away and still listen.
It's because
We've
you have a
made
small house in
significant
your
progress
core.
from his debacle. that was
Well, that
left
too.
What was this?
by President Trump in his last term.
Edit.
We find ourselves in a situation where, number one, we have to make sure
These are
that we have
final
a fair
statements,
tax
right?
system.
Got
I
it.
ask anyone out there in the audience, or anyone out watching this debate, do you think the tax system is fair? The fact is that I said nobody even making under $400,000 had a single penny increase in their taxes, and will not. And if I'm reelected, that'll be the case again. But this guy has
My
increased their
taxes went up,
taxes
I know
because
that.
of the deficit.
They had him talking
So
all
on.
week. Listen
He's
to his
increased
voice.
inflation because of the debacle he left after the way he handled the pandemic. And he finds himself in a position where he now wants to tax you more by putting a 10% tariff on everything that comes into the United States of America. What I did, when, for example, he wants to get rid of the ability of Medicare for us to be able to negotiate drug
God
prices with
damn
the
it,
big
dude.
pharma companies. Well, guess what? We got it down to $35 for insulin instead of $400. No more than $2,000 for every senior, no matter how much prescription they need. You know what that did? That reduced the federal debt by $160 billion over 10 years because the government doesn't have to pay the exorbitant prices. I'm going to make that available to every senior all along, it's happening now, and everybody in America. He wants to get rid of that. I'm going to make sure that we have child care. We're going to significantly increase the credits people have for child care. I'm going to make sure we do something about what we're doing on lead pipes and all the things that are causing health problems
Med
for people
pipes?
across the country.
Lead-
We're going to
lead
continue to
pipes.
fight to bring down inflation.
I thought it was
and give
crack
people
pipes. I
hope.
thought it was med
Thank you,
pipes.
President Biden. President
Well, that's
Trump,
just
you
for
now
his
have 2
son.
minutes for your closing statement.
That's just for Hunter.
Like so many politicians,
All
this
right,
man is
you're
just a
fine.
complainer. He said, we want to do this, we want to do that, we want to get rid of this tax, that tax. But he doesn't do anything. He doesn't do, all he does is make our country unsafe by allowing millions and millions of people to pour in. Our military doesn't respect him. We look like fools in Afghanistan. We didn't stop Israel. It was such a horrible thing that would have never happened. It should have never happened. Iran was broke. Anybody that did business with Iran, including China, they couldn't do business with the United States. They all passed. Iran was broke. They had no money for Hamas or
I gotta get a
Hezbollah,
new drink.
for
I gotta
terror,
be
no
back.
money whatsoever. Again, Ukraine should have never happened. He talks about all this stuff, but he didn't do it. For 3.5 years, we're living in hell. We have the Palestinians and we have everybody else rioting all over the place. You talk about Charlottesville. This is 100 times Charlottesville, 1,000 times. The whole country is exploding because of you, because they don't respect you, and they have to respect their president, and they don't respect you throughout the world. What we did was incredible.
Make
We
me break out my
rebuilt the
resistor.
military. We got the largest tax cut in history, the largest regulation cut in history. The reason he's got jobs is because I cut the regulations that gave jobs, but he's putting a lot of those regulations back on. All of the things that we've done, nobody's never seen anything like. Even from a medical standpoint, right to try, where we can try space-age materials instead of going to Asia or going to Europe and trying to get when you're terminally ill. Now you can go and you can get something. You sign a document. They've been trying to get it for 42 years. But you know what we did for the military was incredible. Choice for our soldiers, where our soldiers, instead of waiting for 3 months to see a doctor, can go out and get themselves fixed up and readied up and take care of themselves, and they're living. And that's why I had the highest approval rating in the history of the VA. So all of these things, we're in a failing nation, but it's not going to be failing anymore. We're going to make it great again.
Thank you, former President Trump, President Biden. Stay with us because we have full analysis of this debate. Anderson Cooper and Aaron Burnett starts now on CNN.
That's it? Debate's over?
I believe so, yeah.
What? That's it? No closing statements?
Those were the closing statements.
That was the closing statements, but man, not having an audience and shit.
Trump
for
walking
this
off the
makes it
stage.
really,
Yeah, that was
like,
The first
boring.
debate of the 2024 campaign and the
That
earliest
was so
presidential debate ever
lame.
now
That
in
was
the
I think
books and in
CNN
front of the voters
moderated
tonight,
the
along with
worst
Aaron
debate.
Burnett.
You know, guys,
What
much
voters might
I
make of it
think we
from a
need to
political
come to
professional
terms
from
with
our
the
CNN
fact
Flash poll
that
and swing
we're
state
never going to
focus
get
group.
that
We'll be talking to
2016
surrogates
debate
with Vice
ever
President
again.
Harris, getting fact
Yo,
checks
shut
from
this shit the
Dale,
fuck
new
off
reporting
now.
from
Yeah.
both campaigns.
All right, I got it off. All right.
Thank
Shut
you.
the fuck
We're
off. Get it
never
off the
going to
street.
we're never going to get that glorious 2016 debate where Donald
That was
Trump,
god awful.
where because you'd be in jail.
Yeah, that's not going to
When
happen.
Donald
again.
Trump brought all those women that Bill Clinton had slept with. Oh, God, it was peak Jerry Springer, WWE, just brilliance. If Vince McMahon didn't play a role in all of that, come on, Josh, you know it's true.
This is all fucking gay. I can't believe that was how they
Fucking
ended it.
faking gay. Like,
I can't believe that's how they ended it.
I'm
Awful.
tossing my hat across the room. This is bullshit.
I feel like they ended it prematurely because Biden's juice ran out.
Yeah. Well, if they did, that was my stretch goal, was that the debate ends early. What time is it? It's
I mean,
10:40.
That's what I'm saying.
It ended early.
That's what I'm saying.
Commercials. They had
Wow.
two commercials.
Wasn't it? It was supposed to be 2 hours, right?
That's
Am I
close
wrong
enough.
about that?
Fake
not like
and
the-
Chase Oliver.
It's not December to Dismember, Mitch.
Oh
Wait,
my
what?
God.
No, I'm talking about 2016. 2016's Hillary Clinton Donald Trump debate, that was ECW One Night Stand. This was December to Dismember.
No, it wasn't. No.
What would you say this was?
This was awful.
It was awful, but not December to Dismember. December
What
to
was
Dismember
it?
was supposed to be... Look, December to Dismember was supposed to be a 3-hour pay-per-view that was an hour.
Yeah.
I remember because I was confused as fuck going, wait a minute, it's only been an hour. Why is the pay-per-view ending?
Yeah, it was on schedule because I did read on Twitter it was 90 minutes.
Yeah, it might be 90 minutes. I think you're
Okay,
right.
so it was
There you
90
go.
minutes. Okay.
They gave him more than 90 minutes in that case.
All right, so
Fuck, they
we're
went overtime.
Did
we
we
talk.
end it? It's over?
Yeah, the debate's
Yeah,
over.
we're done.
Those were the
Yeah.
closing statements you walked away on.
Yeah, you missed it.
Well, I had to pee and I had to
Duh.
get another drink.
Rob, you missed it. Donald Trump said he's going to appoint Ron Paul as chairman of the Federal Reserve. He said that the CIA killed JFK. What else?
And RFK too, like RFK Senior. Like, it was crazy, bro.
Also RFK Jr. is
free Palestine.
Yeah, also RFK Jr. is going to be Donald Trump's VP.
Here's the thing. I think I was there for most of the action. I think Trump won in a slight manner.
Okay.
I wouldn't even say slight. He was more coherent.
Yeah. I think he was just more coherent. Even like my grandmother, who's in the other room, was like, yeah, he seemed more like put together. Biden was tripping over his words a lot.
He could not put together a sentence. It was pretty bad.
So even on Adderall, even through the Camp David preparation, like, to me, like, he definitely had planned statements and responses for each of the questions. So I'm thinking, just remember back in 2016 and the leaks that came out when we found out that Hillary Clinton had the questions beforehand. He had the question beforehand, obviously. To me, it's very obvious. And then, like, Trump not having the questions beforehand still outperformed tonight.
Look at RFK pretending to be at the big kids state.
Can we bring him up? Because I want to hear what I do want to hear what RFK has to say.
Well, this is the end.
Again,
closing
I
statement.
have decided that Social Security is
That's
going
Stossel.
bankrupt.
That is
Taxing
Stossel.
the rich more won't solve it. What would you cut? Or what would you do?
Well, I agree with you. And Social Security is not an entitlement. Social Security is a contract. Workers put 6% of their income into a fund, and they're told.
Oh, the audio hurts my ears.
That,
I don't know. Do you guys want to hear? Okay.
Yeah, keep it playing. Yeah.
It's not an entitlement.
If you're not used to RFK
It is
speaking by now.
contractual, and the government, the United States government, would be outrageous if the United States government did not live up to its full faith and credit of paying back those obligations, even if it has to reach outside of the Social Security system to get it. And what we need to be doing is winding down our military commitments. We need to unravel the war machine.
That's pretty good.
This is the guy.
We need
like,
to
if he was on
solve
stage,
our
he would
chronic
have
disease epidemic, which
destroyed
is the
him.
biggest cause, 4.3 trillion.
I'm just saying, we could have had Bobby
And
Kennedy
we can do
as our
those
candidate.
things very
We could have
quickly.
had
I'm gonna
Bobby
cut the military
Kennedy.
budget in half
Okay.
my first 4 years.
Kennedy was always an
I'm going to
option.
use AI and blockchain to eliminate waste in government to save more money.
Oh,
And I'm
you're
going to
use
get
AI
rid
to
of the chronic
fucking get
disease
rid of the
epidemic.
government.
And ultimately, that's going to save us a lot of money. And this has to be a priority for us. I also want to say this, that I was astonished by President Biden's claim that we have the best economy in the world.
What a dumbass.
We have, I see kids every day. None of this generation is going to get into a home.
Yeah.
And that's going to destroy the American middle class. The American middle class, the greatest economic engine in the history of mankind. I was a kid, our country owned half the wealth on the face of the earth.
Al from Winnie the Pooh.
And it was largely because, one, we had an industrial base after World War II, but most importantly, we got every American into a home. And because they were in a home, they had equity. They could borrow money. They could bet it on a business.
Back to seeing.
And that's what's going to drive our economy.
They
The
can
American
bet it
family
on
struggle
Chinese
to afford.
basketball
President
at
Trump,
2
both
a.m.
you
in the
and
morning.
President Biden
Whatever they
have
want to
tried
do.
to
I
address
got
this
you.
issue, but the
That's
average
freedom
cost of
right
child
there,
care in this
Rob.
country has risen to more than $11,000 a year per
This might be
child for
better.
many.
So we were
skip
talking,
to
yeah.
2
that we're
minutes
gonna
in.
Try.
By the way, last time we were in the
2
studio,
Oh, is this where the hate speech to the bear?
No.
No, this is the RFK impression I was talking about.
I thought they should have won second.
Dude, I hope he
place,
becomes the president.
definitely.
That'd be the best, dude.
People of America. He sounds like fucking Skeletor.
Hello, He-Man. You think you're gonna stop me? You crazy schmuke.
Doing this impression would have been more appropriate than what she was asking
You're
her
not
staff.
wrong.
Literally.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I remember listening to keep
This
it going.
whole
Oh,
What
it
if-
was more.
Amazing.
It wasn't like
Kneel before RFK, Iowa.
the leader of the free world. RFK has arrived.
Your emperor is now.
Is RFK gonna show
It would have been
up
better
and
if she was like,
Dave, turn Republican, and your journey to the dark side will be
I doubt it. But Nicole Shanahan
then die.
this would have been better if she had just been like, hey, it wasn't like driving
want
around
me to
this
keep
guy
going
all
with
day.
this?
So you're like, we need to make stop. Yeah.
Oh, pretty good. Pretty funny.
Oh man, pretty funny. That's fucking hilarious. What are you talking about, dude?
Pretty funny.
RFK.
Anytime I hear RFK now, that's all I hear. is Big J Okerson's impression of RFK.
Man. Oh, I can't stop. I can't stop smiling right now. Ugh.
As somebody who had the unique privilege of getting to deal with Bobby Kennedy in person, y'all don't understand.
I do.
Are you in bed with Hector trying to get RFK as the Libertarian candidate?
You're goddamn right I was.
You motherfucker.
I
You're a
was
motherfucker.
100%, 120% trying to get RFK.
So why are you so mad at me for doing what we did?
RFK would sound better if if he had Stephen Hawking's translator. I think that's probably right. Yeah.
RFK would
YouTube-
sound a lot better if he liked midgets solving math problems.
Magoo, I'm gonna send you a message. But Dickie, YouTube is deleting your comments because you're drunk as fuck. You're putting all kinds of crazy shit.
Hey,
in there.
Dickie, you need to stop saying
No,
the
Dickie,
N-word
you
in
need
our.
to
You need to stop. This is not the Tower Gang. You gotta stop saying the N-word with the hard R.
No, Dickie, you need to watch the language there in the chat. You're making it a little bit
Dickie
too
can say
edgy,
whatever
you know?
he wants. We don't
Dickie-
mute anything.
He can say it with a soft A, with a
He
hard
can
R.
say it with a hard R.
Well,
it
yeah.
doesn't mean I'm gonna pull it up.
Okay.
But the thing is, you
Baby,
can
shut it down. They're going no too much.
You gotta watch the
You gotta
language.
give with the good, not the gur. When you get the hard R, it
Grr.
just ruins everything.
I love it.
No. Guh? Okay.
Hey,
Oh no, it's starting
that was
again.
a
I'm
good
sorry.
ass debate. That was a good ass debate, though.
Was it? It was pretty
No.
awful. It was pretty
You,
awful.
okay,
I mean-
which pay-per-view was this debate?
I had fun with you guys. That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, we had fun.
We had
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
The
And if you
debate
had
was
fun with
garbage.
I'm
us,
gonna defend Dickie. Dickie's telling the truth here in the chat. He has not dropped a single hard R.
if you
That's disappointing.
Okay. Yeah.
Do it, you coward!
you have
Look,
tried.
This is how you get
You have
censored.
tried. You started the tower with the N, dude. Yeah.
Magoo!
Fuck.
Oh, Joe.
There we
Joe.
go. I got him. Yep. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe, you're never gonna be You're never gonna be able to run for office ever again, Joe. That's what's.
What's up, fellas?
Oh gosh, what's up?
who
I
the
got him.
fuck is
I
that?
got him. I
Oh,
got
it's
him turned down.
Magoo.
Dick's out for Dickie.
Magoo.
Yeah.
Hey, what I was thinking is we are 33 followers away from 500. If you guys check the YouTube or whatever, on YouTube, go to YouTube. If you're not subscribed, hit subscribe so we can get to 500. At that point, we can get monetized and we can have a dumbass sponsor like fucking Sheath Underwear or something like that, man.
That's not dumb.
Help
I
us
love
out.
that underwear. It's great.
Yeah,
very
because
much
we
so.
know you
I
like
would
putting
milk-
your balls in places where they shouldn't be, Tim. We already
You
know
don't have to
that.
reject. I just want to make sure everybody was on. All right, yeah.
Listen, Rob, I know you still haven't accepted Sheath Underwear as the amazing innovation that it is.
Don't plug
But-
Sheath Underwear. They're not sponsoring our podcast, Mitch. That doesn't.
I mean,
even
I'm
make
just
sense
giving
to
them
do
an
that.
idea of what is possible from such a business partnership. As of right now, I'm just speaking as a customer who enjoys the product that is Sheath Underwear.
And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say this again. If you watched that whole debate and you were like, these guys are fucking old and dumb as shit. We have Josh Pavlaka, who's a member of this podcast. We have Matt Johnson, who's running for office here in Florida. We have Fina Benoan, who's running for office here in Florida. We have Joe Hanoush, who's running for office here in Florida. If you're in that area, vote Libertarian, guys. These guys will bring better policies to you.
And there's
And the
500
swamp.
of you, and you probably can't. So just donate.
Yeah, just donate to their campaigns, man. Money, money, money. and we get way less of it than any Republican or Democrat. That's facts.
This is
dumbass sponsor. We could. We absolutely
Hey,
we have
as long
some
as
idiot
people
who's like,
are-
let's
Ray,
give
to
these
give us
guys
money.
to fucking
As long as
pitch our
people are
stupid
plugging
shit.
things, I am
Joe,
over
I will
500
never
subs.
plug you and your ponytail having ass ever again. How about
I'm
that?
gonna plug Joe Hanoush for Florida
Ponytails
House.
are gayer than
Get a
man
bu-
buns. How about that,
Get a bunch
Joe?
of libertarians in the
How
Florida
about that?
House so we can all just run roughshod on the Republicans and the Democrats.
Yeah, 100%.
I am at.
Yeah.
I
Sing
will
along
fucking
if you know
play
the
it.
word.
Yeah.
Sing along if you know the word.
I am over 500 subs, but I am still 600 watch hours from being able to monetize.
You got to do better than that.
Not like us. Not like us, dude. We just need that 500.
Are we still
need that
drinking for how
500.
bad that debate
Yes.
was?
Oh, yeah.
In that case, cheers, fellas.
Cheers.
Cheers.
buddy.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, Magoo. College football season's coming up. We're gonna have you on the college football extravaganza here soon, dude.
I'd be happy to. Just let me know.
Why don't you take me to a Georgia game?
Come on up.
I'll go.
Come
I'll
on.
go.
I'll fucking do it too.
Dude, I would love to have you.
Between the hedges, I've never been between the hedges, dude.
It's
Wow.
30 minutes from my house.
Let
can
me tell
crash
you.
here, and I'll take you right in that place.
Oh,
Right
dude,
into the place.
we can do. Yeah, we'll talk after the podcast. That's good. That's a good idea.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Dickie,
And I would
do
like
it.
to see a game in the swamp. Obviously, never been there either.
Oh, let's go down. I'm closer to Tallahassee.
All right. Well, if I go to Tallahassee, I'll get to
Same.
see half of
Knowles
the
game?
prospects that Georgia should have signed because whoever the fuck is running Florida State's NIL deal is paying them biggins.
Florida
Magoo.
State has half of a stadium right now. Let's just okay. No college football. All right. Sorry for the college
I
football
got you.
talk.
I got
Sorry,
you. I got
sorry,
you.
sorry.
Magoo, you weren't here with us during the show, but I assume you watched the debate. Takeaways.
Yes, I was on a competing live stream. My apologies and all
Asshole.
that and whatnot.
God damn
But it really wasn't because
Douchebag.
Rumble was down, so nobody
okay.
saw it.
All right, cool.
Our Rumble was up. Our Rumble is new. It's brand new. It's spanking.
Still
it's
kicking.
spanking new.
So you can ask me whatever question you want. I watched the whole thing.
Well,
and,
just like general takeaways. What was your favorite moments, et cetera, et cetera?
my favorite moment was it ending because going into the debate, I think it was built up to a hype level that it could never ever actually achieve.
Right.
It had this aura of this is the most important debate of our lifetime bullshit.
Right.
And it was like this you have no audience. They can mute mics, which surprisingly did not play a factor.
Yeah, it
Both of
really
them-
wasn't that bad. Yeah.
Both of them
Can we talk
came
about that
off-
for a second?
Sure.
Yeah.
The muting of the mics, right? Like we all thought that Trump was gonna get fucking cucked on the muting of the mics,
Yeah.
but I mean, besides this being a great song right now,
2016 Trump would have.
CNN was oddly fairly like baseline,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Like they were fairly in the middle.
There was no
Which-
favoritism.
Yeah,
I didn't feel
Surprising.
like there was. Yeah.
I didn't feel like there was either. So good job, CNN, for not being a bunch of fucking cucks like you're used to doing. So
Well,
yeah, like you said, it was supposed to be a huge thing, not a huge thing.
No. Well, and the bigger thing on top of that is that it was never going to live up to the hype. The peak, and correct me if you disagree.
Okay.
The peak of the debate was two old rich white men like fighting over their golf game.
That was hilarious, dude.
Yeah,
it
that
was
was
great.
great.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's not a handicap 6.
Joe Biden,
Well,
no,
my
no,
That's the
handicap-
biggest lie you've told
Well-
all night.
there's
Yeah.
no way Joe Biden's a 6 handicap. I play golf. I play golf for over 30 years, over 20 years now at this point.
Yeah.
I'm not a 6 handicap, and I can beat the fuck out of Joe Biden and Trump in a golf game. How about that?
Yeah.
And Trump.
Take my driver and woods out of my bag. I'm still beating Biden.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's not difficult. But no, the
We
debate
both have to
itself-
take a shit on the turn, though. That's definitely.
That comes
That's a perfect evolution.
that comes
of
whether you
beer
want it or
growth.
not.
We both have to take a shit
on.
come hole 3 or 4.
You have to take a wait. What?
Yeah, come hole 4. We both have to take a shit on the course, dude.
All
That's
right,
easy.
I've organized us in order of smallest to largest beard growth. You think we got it?
Yeah, no, I think that's correct. I think that's
Yeah.
accurate.
Yeah. All right, there
I
you
mean,
go.
Rob and I.
Thanks
are-
for joining us, Polar Knights.
We'll have to- we'll have to measure.
Mitch could grow his beard out more. He just keeps it close.
What's funny is I actually got it trimmed yesterday when I went to the barber. So
Mine does not grow in here at all. I have the classic white trash beard. It's only right here.
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, I do have a front-facing job where I actually have to be seen by people, so my shit has to
So
be.
do I.
I shave mine because when I go on
So
stage,
do I. It's in Alaska, so they don't care.
yeah, when I go on stage and do comedy, a shorter beard
Nice.
makes me look less fat. But if I don't have any beard, I have no chin. I literally have 0 chin, so it looks terrible.
Imagine if there was something like for people that don't have an ass. If there was like just, should there be an ass beard? I don't
It's
know.
called a Brazilian
There
butt
is
lift.
money.
Yeah. It's called padded jeans.
I've also seen an ass beard, and it's not as good as you want to think.
Yeah.
Flags in the chat.
No, I agree.
How many people are sticking around, Tim? Because I can't
It's
see the
good.
total number.
Okay, I'll send you a screenshot. We're still around 500. We're doing good.
Oh, shit.
500,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Hey, what do you guys think? What does the chat think about the
All right, we'll
debate?
read some
Who
chats.
won?
Yeah, throw them
Yeah.
in. Yeah. Now, I don't know. I liked all of it. It was like you said. It was a boy and ass debate. It was cool hanging out with you guys. I drank way too much already, and I'm still.
Yeah, I'm
gonna drink
pretty.
a little bit.
I'm pretty. Who's
I tried
pretty?
to-
Are you guys pretty saucy? Because I'm pretty fucking.
My
Saucy.
stomach
I'm
hurts.
not because
I'm
I
not
tried
drunk.
to stick to the rules, and there weren't enough. Oh my god! Moments. There were
Did you
literally
use-
like.
Did you use
one
the
and a
same
half.
rules that we used?
No,
Because
he obviously didn't. We were like, he's moving his hands like a motherfucker. We need to,
I
we
could
need to
be
chill.
all of our Uber driver right now.
Yeah.
That's how not drunk I am. Yeah. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna play catch up.
Play catch
Chug,
up.
chug,
There you go.
chug, chug,
I mean,
chug,
you got a
chug,
bar
chug.
behind you. You need to take a
Man.
couple shots.
there were a couple of moments there where I was really hoping we were about to get the Joe Biden senile.
I'm trying to get
moment.
a better look at that bar.
Oh, he's just got championships up there. It's
that's
it's
not
drink.
alcohol.
Like
There's some.
Oh,
booze.
I can put
there's
it
no
back.
hard booze in that bar. It's all for show.
Mm.
All my shit's in a cooler at my feet.
Oh, okay. Well, Miller Lite's going to take a while. You might have to shotgun a couple. That's all I'm saying. Travis Boast, member of the LNC in the chat. Travis, thanks for joining. Feel free to pitch in your opinion here.
Oh, he did earlier.
So-
Where the fuck was it? He said he was.
Seriously though,
yeah.
it seemed like there were quite a few times during that debate where I was thinking, "Oh shit, is Joe Biden about to have this senile dementia moment?"
We can all hope, but sadly that did not happen. Now, as
What are you
a-
talking about? He glitched out like 10 times.
No,
That's
no,
what I'm saying. Is it
but
almost happened?
We're
But it
grading on a
wasn't-
curve.
It wasn't like
I'm not.
it wasn't like you wanted. It wasn't like you wanted. You wanted him to like.
No, that was the
have
thing.
a
I
Biden
thought for a few minutes there,
Oh man, I gotta catch up. Way
I
more.
kind of
Yeah.
thought that was possible.
Yeah, dude. If you would have been watching our live stream, we were drinking like
Constantly.
Trump
Constantly.
moved his hands.
Damn, we watched a different
overtime.
debate then.
Trump
Yeah.
said China. If Trump said China at all, we drank.
Oh,
China was a
fuck.
big
So
one.
Real
much,
quick,
yeah.
shout out to Top Lobster for my attire tonight.
Nope.
Why not? I'm going to do it. Stand up. There you go.
That's a great shirt. Hey, Mitch, how do you feel about a competing T-shirt company being on our stream right now?
I don't mind. I'm cool with top.
Competition is free market, right?
That's
It
right.
is free
Yeah.
market. Yeah, it's free market. That's a
So
great.
you
We're
know
both
what?
graffiti. We both came up as graffiti street art guys. You know what I mean? So like,
Well-
I got respect for top.
Top
Mitch.
just hates the Jews a lot more than Mitch. That's just what that is.
And you know what? Let me throw a pitch out for Mitch here for 1776swag.com.
I need
Go
a
on there,
stinger.
check it out. Hoodies, t-shirts, tank tops. It's summertime, boys.
Butt plug.
Sun's out, guns out. Get your tank tops ready. Exactly.
Who's
Not
got
at
the
all.
soundboard? Who's got the soundboard?
If you're
That
feeling
wasn't me. That wasn't me. Who's got Tuesday?
If you're feeling,
Tuesday, who's got the soundboard?
and I just want to add on to that: if you're feeling regretful and you wish RFK was the Libertarian nominee, this shirt right here, 1776swag.com. And also, we got more flags coming up there as well. I got the Gadsden, I got the Florida. Give me some weird, obscure requests for flags that I could legally get away with.
Here's a request for you.
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered.
If you have a "I'm not gay no more" flag, that would be great.
The anti-LGBT. I went to gay therapy flag.
Yeah. Just have gay, but like a dictionary definition.
like
and
crossed
a past
out.
tense, and anyway, I'm done.
That guy's still gay though.
Yeah.
No,
He was
in
like,
all
"Yeah, I'm way
seriousness,
gay right
though.
now."
In all seriousness, though, my goal there is to stock some different kind of flags that are harder to find. You know,
Well,
besides the
I think you
anarchist
do have
flag, shit like
a Cock Republic flag, don't you?
Yeah.
I do have a yeah. That was Stephen Michaela gave me that. That was one of those ones that they sell down in the Keys.
And
I
also,
could remake that though. That's not hard.
And
I
also,
have a couple 48
hang on, Layden. In support of Julian Assange being free, Mitch also has Julian Assange shirts, dude. Go get your.
Right,
stop selling. You want me to stop selling? Dude, Julian Assange is free. That's a huge thing. That's a huge that they did not mention tonight in the debate at all.
Not at all. No.
I'll be honest. I did not expect that to come up.
I'm surprised because I'm surprised. Didn't mention libertarians at all. Tim, everyone was right.
We were right. Yeah.
Well, I gotta ask: were y'all aware that RFK was live streaming and answering the questions as though he would be there? Were y'all showing any of that, or
we tuned in at the end and we listened to him talk about Medicare not being an entitlement and all this kind of stuff? But honestly, it's kind of boring to me. I don't know. Maybe
well, you know, the reason why my voice sounds like this is because Israel's dick is resting on my vocal cords. Yeah, I can imagine that wouldn't be that entertaining.
It was not, dude. It wasn't. I don't know. I mean, I might be wrong. You know, some people might have wanted to hear.
After listening to Biden's voice, I mean,
so what did y'all think? Like, he came out slow. He came out of the gate slow, and I was like, oh, he's gonna make it the whole way through now because they gave him a very mild, like, sedative with a time-released upper.
It's Adderall, dude. Adderall is amazing.
It didn't work, dude. It didn't work.
Yeah, no, they didn't give him the proper combination. This was if this was the Manhattan Project of stimulants, then they fucked up this time.
No,
this was one of those
it wasn't the Manhattan Project, but like, here's my thing. Do you notice that Joe Biden tonight, in his face, looked a lot more like the Joe Biden that has been in the Senate in the 30-plus years that he's been in there? I think he looked different. That's just me. I think he looked like that Joe Biden.
I think it was.
I think they got so many Joe Biden clones in masks, dude.
No, Rob. I can explain this.
I'm there. I'm there. That's how far I am.
I can explain this.
This
Rob,
dude is not
Rob.
like this. Dude is the actual Joe Biden. They brought him out for this.
Rob, they are shape-shifting reptilians. You can't expect them to always look the same because they're shapeshifters. You got to go listen to David Icke.
No, Joe Biden tonight looked different than he did, throughout his president. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe we'll see some people.
He is a lizard person.
I don't know.
No, it was
that
definitely
was a robot.
Joe. It was definitely Joe.
Because
he fucked up so
I'm
much.
saying that was the real Joe Biden. That was the real Joe Biden.
Robot.
That was the real Joe Biden. But I'm saying
a thing in the chat.
He's
Robot
different. It's different. They're
I got it.
They're there.
What do you want to know? Is Joe Biden a what?
A robot?
Is Joe Biden a lot lizard? Okay.
No. I mean,
lot lizard confirmed.
Lord knows hunters probably fuck some lot lizards, but no, is he a lizard or is he a robot? A shape-shifting lizard or a robot?
Yeah.
Robot.
Yeah, lizard.
Come on,
what
man,
we saw tonight
reptilians.
was a robot.
I'm typing.
No.
Reptilians.
Lizard for sure.
Yeah.
AI infused brain lizard.
Now,
An interdimensional pedophile, if you will.
Thank you, Rob. You get it now.
Yeah. Hey, look, Josh, they've come up with bioengineered AI technology already. They've put it in them. That's just what it is.
I still think it's a robot. They downloaded his fucking like consciousness into a fucking like SIM card and
This is
uploaded
like-
it into a fucking robot
this
But
is
it
like-
brain.
still wasn't enough to win.
Joe
No,
Biden.
it wasn't. It's the worst part of all.
Joe Biden is a beta version of what we're all going to have to accept in 20 years. I totally agree. I totally agree. That was not him, and they're still working out the kinks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He didn't win. Did Trump win though? Did Trump win?
So this is what I was going to ask.
Trump didn't win, but Joe Biden definitely lost.
Well, this is what I was going to ask. You know, everybody on here are libertarians or, you know, at least capable of critiquing both of those guys and RFK. Out of this debate, now that it's concluded, what difference, to quote Hillary Clinton, at this point does it make? Who won, who picked up votes, who lost votes, or did they even happen based on what we saw tonight?
Yeah, I think Trump. I think Trump would have picked up votes because on big topics like foreign policy, he had good answers for Ukraine. Whereas he pointed out Joe Biden spent billions, hundreds of billions of dollars in Ukraine, and that to me is my turning issue. That foreign policy is my voting issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there, Trump won for me.
I think one of the biggest voting groups that Trump can pull from in the left are the last of the left-wing working class, like sort of, working grunt types that do sort of labor jobs and stuff like that. And so I think that was a big point of Trump talking about the spending stuff more than Biden and more than the other topics he was hitting him on. He was hitting him on, hey, you spent this, you gave this much money to Ukraine, and what about these people? I think that definitely probably will pull more voters from that side than anything Biden said. Because the things Biden's saying against Trump are mostly the same attacks he's getting from the media already. So they're sort of already deflated by the time he gives them. They're used up, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think anybody won any votes out of this. I think the people that are, all in for Trump or all in for Biden, those people are kind of where they are. The only thing that may have changed is people decided to not vote for somebody, like had a reason. Because I kind of put myself in that category. Like I'm right now I'm leaning towards not voting. Like
that's what I'm
it.
doing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like one of these people has to win me over, and I just haven't heard anything that's done it yet.
Tim, are you gonna show up to the poll station and just not vote for presidency and vote down ballot, or are you just gonna not vote at all? Because
I'm not even registered to vote in this state, and I don't plan on it.
I show up to vote down ballot most of the time. That's
Yeah,
just
there's
me.
plenty of down ballot stuff. That
Yeah.
I'm in Georgia.
Listen, man.
Don't
Don't
worry.
Come to
We
your
got that
house.
figured out last election.
Yeah.
Tim, I'm gonna share with you
Yeah, shoot it to me.
in Discord messages.
I got it.
What
Yeah.
it looked like in Atlanta leading up, because there's no audience, there's no crowd participation. This
Yeah.
was to be only,
Which was gay.
taken in
Which was
by,
super gay, by the way, right?
Yeah,
super
but
gay.
it's,
Everyone
it's
here.
the age of the internet, so you can watch Trump's plane land and see how many people are there for Trump versus Biden. How many people were there to welcome Air Force One versus did traffic slow down for one candidate or the other? I'm not saying that this debate did a fucking difference in how I'm gonna vote, but this was downtown Atlanta. This
shit.
is deep blue, like as blue could be because it's a metropolis. This was what happened on
Trying
their
to show
way
it as big as
to
possible. Yeah.
the Techwood campus off of I think it's 10th Street in downtown Atlanta.
There's a
Yeah,
lot
I've been there. Yep, I've been there.
A lot of Trump people on the bridge is basically what we're looking at. Yeah.
Damn.
That is a blue heartbeat of, a very
Yeah, but
democratic
they're
area.
blue in the middle of the fucking South, right? So it's not far to get there.
But how many videos exist like that for Biden?
Calling
anywhere?
like
None.
the way
None.
wait.
Biden has that's Andrew Scholes has a perfect joke about this. Biden ain't got no merch.
And here's the thing:
No one wants to wear a Biden shirt.
If Biden is even close to Trump this time around,
Yeah.
our whole election system is called into question.
Well, and like, so that video that I shared, that's just a quick glimpse. It's not indicative of anything. There's 50 people on an overpass. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
But it's just, you don't see that in any machinations on the
No,
other side. And it didn't exist in 2020, and the results didn't matter. So are we to take anything from this?
Yeah. If it's anywhere close, our whole election system is fucking fake and gay. That's what it is, dude.
I totally
If
agree.
it's anywhere fucking
Totally agree.
close, because
Guys.
everyone who's been paying attention, and here's the thing: democracy's dumb. Like, people are retarded. That's what's happening.
It's still June. You can call it what it is.
Yeah, and you know what? Until something further happens, if you've taken Trump's 4 years and Biden's 4 years, and you're like, I'm voting for Biden, then you were biased, or you have an agenda, and that's just it. Because it's not been better. I'm on the house diet, which means I eat whatever's in the house until I look like a house or until I can afford a house. Now, I'm on that diet right now because of Biden, dude. This shit is wild.
Yeah.
So these are this is general election polling showing just Trump versus Biden. You can see how it's trended. So this is kind of what Rob's talking about. Like, the divide is getting bigger. I mean, it's only 1% right now on the aggregate of polling on RCP. What's interesting, though, is you see and hear, like, you know, sometimes it gets real close. Sometimes it, you know, like it's about to cross or something. But this is only with Trump and Biden. But once you, trying to get here, once you add in all five.
I was about to say, this
I
is
mean,
when
they
it gets...
got Trump, Biden, Kennedy, West, and Stein. So they don't even have Chase in this aggregate.
Nor should he be. He's
but even
here's,
when they
here's
do,
the question
it's
I wanna
pretty
pose.
stable.
Pretty
stable.
A
Yeah.
question I want to
Kennedy
pose to all you guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
Will Chase beat Cornel West?
No.
No.
Yeah, it's gonna be really hard.
Just from name recognition.
He doesn't have the name recognition. Yeah, that's
You know what?
same. Yeah.
And that's fine, because you know what? People in the Libertarian Party who pushed for Chase and all this, that's gonna signal to you guys that you should go to another party.
I don't even think so, because
There's a
I
liberal
think,
party.
I think the
Go to the Liberal Party.
I think the
Yeah.
guy that's fucking it up for every other candidate right now is Kennedy. He's taking the protest vote. I keep saying this.
Well, yeah, because he's the Ross Perot of this cycle.
Yeah,
he's
man.
Ralph Nader.
I've even thought about
Compare him to Ross Perot. You fuck.
Finish.
Ross Perot was a better candidate to me.
Ooh, Leighton is
Kennedy.
offended by me comparing this.
I'm Alaskan. We like Ross Perot.
Ross Perot fucking rules.
Why did Ross Perot never come to the LP? Does anyone know why that is? I've always wondered that, because it seems like
there's
he had a lot in
no-
common.
There's
with
no
it.
benefit.
Because our
There's-
party sucks, Mitch. Because people in the past in
Well,
the
no,
party,
this was the
no,
time
no,
like Harry
no.
Brown and shit like
Listen,
that. That's why I'm
people in
wondering.
the party didn't want to make an impact, and that's where we are at now. That's why the Mises Caucus took over, is because people
he's
in the
wrong,
party
Joe.
didn't want to make a big stink about things. Now we do. Now we would run a Ross
This
Perot
was
if he was there.
long. This was long before.
No, we wouldn't. We would say Ross Perot's not a real libertarian, and we wouldn't let him run.
No,
don't
if the LP,
fucking joke.
I
if
mean,
the
but
LP
wait-
would run a Ross
okay,
Perot, they'd be
okay.
backing RFK.
Okay, fine, but like people in
But
the
Ross
Mises
Perot was all about the same like central banking shit that Ron Paul went after.
Yeah, exactly. So here's the thing.
I'm with Fina. We could have had
Bad
Lars.
luck.
Yeah,
The
I'm with
nukes are going off. We could have
I'm
had
with-
that powerful
I'm-
ponytail.
I'm with Fina too. Here's what I'm saying. Ross Perot is more conservative than RFK is. And people in the Mises Caucus were on the verge of saying, let's run RFK, because he's going to be better for ballot access for the LP. He's going to be the more popular candidate, blah, 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 blah. If Ross Perot ran today, you don't think the Mises Caucus would be like, how do you
Well,
feel
'cause
about
Ross
this?
is
How do
a
you
bit-
feel
No,
about that?
y'all
Ross
don't know how to
Perot, though,
pivot,
is
so
very
y'all wouldn't
different.
have done it.
Ross Perot is very different.
Oh,
than
we were
RFK,
this,
though.
Josh. We were this close to doing it with RFK. You don't think we would have done it
have
with
another
Ross
Y'all are
Perot?
retarded for not
So-
doing it with RFK.
No, we
Yep.
weren't, because
Yep.
because
Yep.
he's
Yeah, you
fully
were.
he's
In
fully
retrospect-
for
In retrospect,
Israel.
you got Chase.
He's fully in on Israel
But you
versus
got
Palestine.
But you got Chase.
Yeah, and
Josh
Chase is gonna
What's
make,
worse?
and Chase
What's
is gonna,
worse?
and Chase is gonna
What's
make,
worse?
and
What's worse?
I'm trying to
What's
answer you.
worse?
I'm trying. Yeah, Chase is worse, but like, Chase is gonna make the Mises Caucus look very good in the next couple of years because he's gonna be the worst.
Mises Caucus is leaving. I agree with Josh. As a former Meat
Hang on, Magoo.
As a Trump voter.
Okay, Magoo. But is Chase not gonna make the Libertarian Party look the worst that it's been in forever?
It's
Chase
just
is gonna
make
get the
it look
least amount of
exactly
votes.
what it was 4 years ago before the Mecox took over.
No, he's gonna get way less votes.
This
Oh,
is an
for
after.
sure.
This is an after show conversation.
This is a this show conversation
Okay.
for the people who are not familiar with libertarians.
Yeah, you're not familiar with
I think
libertarians, so
I'm
let
with
us show you
Tom.
all the
Yeah.
infighting.
Yeah,
come
yeah, Rob, you're drunk. Go home.
You're drunk. Well, you
can't
should be
drive.
drunk, but you fucking you're fucking
Drive.
not
Rob,
even.
give me your keys.
You're not even playing with anything. I'm staying right
Well,
here. I'm
Rob,
gonna
I
get
found
drunker.
it.
How about I'm
I
gonna get
found it
drunker.
engaging, and I would love to have that conversation with you on stream or off. I don't give a fuck.
Suck
I would tell you.
Lobby.
Dick, Magoo.
Discord lobby. Put up the Discord link.
Oh yeah, we do got
Throw up that Discord link, baby.
Throw up the Discord
Yeah.
link. Come on in the Discord, boys and girls. Come join us. We're gonna have a lot of conversations. You can see the infighting happen live and in
That's
person.
how much
That's
vodka.
right.
That's how much.
I'd like to
vodka.
say, everyone, vote for
Is that
Cornell
vodka
West.
or
beat
Goldschlager?
Chase Oliver.
Jesus.
You're gonna see some Hawk Tour going on in there, possibly.
Yeah.
From Rob mainly.
Fiend,
Oh fuck!
Fina, join the Discord. Y'all gotta hop in.
I owe y'all $100. I didn't hear a single Hawk Tua.
Yeah.
Hawk Tour, yeah.
There we go.
Here's how
Cheers.
we support.
I forgot
people
about that.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't.
I
I'm
kinda
a
did
man of
too.
my fucking word.
Yeah.
I will
Magoo's
pay
a gangster.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will pay you
And we
$100.
played Hawk Tua, the
We
AI country
played-
song. So
I got a
many.
whole bunch of them. Yeah.
Tell
I
me
got
right
a whole
now.
I got a whole playlist of Hawk too. Hey. Thanks for joining us on the stream. We're gonna do some more drink along streams at some point. We need to end this because it's fucking Thursday. So come join us in the Discord down below. That's where we hang out. That's where we promote everything. Y'all want to promote some shit while this goes out?
Yeah, for sure.
Rotate, go.
Fuck it. 1776 swag. Go. Whoever.
Buy those new Julian Assange shirts. They're fucking sick. Good job, Mitch. Follow me, R. Vincent Comedy. I'm pretty funny, guys. Book me. Book me for your affiliate show. Book me for your convention. Book me for 15 minutes at any kind of comedy festival or show. I got probably 30 minutes of really good comedy. Thank you very much.
Check out outlawedthoughts.com. That'll take you to my YouTube channel. And then follow me on Twitter at Liberty Layton.
Layton's
Follow
made
me
me
on-
look so dumb, by the way. Layton's made me look so
Yeah,
dumb.
Layton's a smear artist. A smear merchant.
Oh, we got a lot of them in the chat here. See you next Tuesday.
If the nose
Yo,
fits, where?
How did we look, Rob? You call yourself funny. How did we not catch up on this fucking promo idea? See you next Tuesday. We could be saying that every show.
That's good. That's good. Good job,
Yeah.
Fina. Good job, Fina.
All right, we'll see you next Tuesday, everybody.
See you next